push that button. So I've pushed that button now, so we should be going live right now. Yeah, Edge works, Hobbit, for some reason. Edge works, but Chrome doesn't. Yeah, so when I show stuff, I used to have to do it on Microsoft Edge. Alright, hold on a sec. I do have another issue where you lot aren't showing up. I can't see you. I can't see your voices. Alright, hold on a sec. Yeah. Settings. Audio. Right then. No, that should be working. That should be working, but it's refusing. Let's try default. See if that works. Testing. Oh, oh shit! Something's really spazzing out. I think I'm trying to kill my audience. Oh, that is really bad. That is really bad. I think I nearly killed the audience. Especially it says Edge wins again. Hold on. I just managed to create some sort of feedback loop that probably sounded quite horrible for a second. Right, let's go system default. Let's see if that works.
We're asking the audience to...
Oh, that's it. We're back to normal. Instead of actually picking the sources, I had to pick default. Somebody speak from Discord.
When the audience is asking for like and subscribe, you shouldn't try and kill them.
I may have killed a couple of the audience with whatever I just did. that was a feedback. I think we may have some. I think we may have a couple of deaf audience members now.
Put it this way: if we had a show which went off without a hitch, you know that the Woodwoses have got bored with us.
In 10 years, you'll write a book saying, "Actually, I was taking a shit at that very moment."
Yeah,
this show is dedicated to all the Woodwoses. We hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you're not a Woodwose, then are people that aren't Woodwose, are non-cryptozoological creatures allowed to listen to our show?
Non-crypto.
Hold on. Fraser's on nearly 200% for some reason.
Oh yeah, baby. Do you like the sound of my voice?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you like how
am I loud? Am I deep?
Hobbit's on 100%. Hobbit's on 79% because he always mic cooks everyone. I'll put Hobbit on 100%.
Yeah, that's why I was on 200% because you can't fucking hear me.
Yeah, probably. Let me know what you think. I'll put everyone to 100% now. How do we sound, Interdimensional Lizard? I don't think Interdimensional Lizard can hear anybody.
You said Edge wins.
I think I've killed him.
Well, I would say to him, you can listen again later on the podcast.
But you probably can't.
He's dead. He's dead, mate.
He's dead, mate.
He's dead, you can't.
Hello, you cunt.
He's fucking dead, you can.
Yep.
Hello, you dead cunt.
Hello to all the dead people listening.
Quick, get a Ouija board and get a seance going.
If you're
Harvey
dead,
doing a seance. Hello, you dead.
If you are dead, then ring your doctor and ask what they may be able to do for you.
If you are dead during the show, could you please try not to die during the show? Because that'd be depressing.
If you're considering being dead, don't be dead.
just Interdimensional Lizard's just off mopping up the blood from his ears after what I just did to him.
Yeah, well, just
sounds okay. You didn't get Interdimensional Lizard says sounds okay. So you didn't hear the awful feedback thing that I heard then?
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Yep.
Right, there we go. Yeah. Oh, I think it was because I was monitoring outputting. I think that's probably why.
The weather's been good today, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been lovely, isn't it? Oh, are we ready? Are we ready to talk about some? Can you remember where we got to, Hobbit?
Yes, we were talking about what is the degrees of separation with these cousins, and they share great-great-great-grandparents, and that's why they're fourth generation.
Because I'm at the Franco-Breton alliance through the House of Valois-Anjou.
I don't remember getting that far. I seem to remember we're talking about what level of cousins they were.
Did we get to his military career?
No.
Yes, I think we did.
Yeah, because that's the
he,
next bit up.
Yeah, didn't he like get arrested for it or something?
I feel we should do the military kid because I think we tried to skim it because we thought we weren't doing this as part 2.
I seem to remember that the church were trying to cancel and put an interdiction on him, and then I looked up what an interdiction is, and it means that you can't go to church because you've been a naughty boy.
Nothing better than not being allowed to go. You got
yeah.
Niall did an interdiction on you, didn't he? I bet told you weren't allowed to go to church.
Well, he
My
excommunicated
9-year-old self
me.
would have loved an interdiction.
No, interdiction means there's a chance you can come back. Excommunication means that no, there's no more communication with you.
Now you've done it. I'm telling you, Dad.
You see, Giles de Rais committed the interdictable offence of kidnapping and torturing clergy, which you can still be repented from.
What if they're wrong? What if they're bad clergy?
Well, do you know the time when the Pope was
What if they don't know what the filioque means?
Well, I was about to say, now that's a very good question you brought up there, because you know the Polish Pope, John Paul II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was this Algerian or Moroccan who tried to assassinate him, and that's why the Pope Mobile's got a bulletproof glass now.
Oh.
And he visited him when he was in
I ain't
prison.
seen the Pope Mobile in ages. I used to love the Pope Mobile in the 80s.
Oh, it's still around. Now,
He did get a bullet into him, though, didn't he? I think.
Well, that's the thing. He visited him when he was in prison. He says, "I forgive you, and look, here's some prayers that you should do."
What a
and
twat.
then the assassin converted to Christianity. It was just like, "Oh well, that's it then. This is the church for me. If I can be forgiven."
Yeah.
And
if I can just go around popping a cap in people's ass and get away with it, then I'm going to carry on doing that.
Well, this smock, which has got his blood in it, is one of the relics in the Vatican Museum.
It's a bit like the Manchester airport attackers.
Manchester Airport?
Yeah, those guys who attacked the cops in Manchester Airport.
Oh, yeah,
They're going to be let off, innit?
Yeah, they haven't even got to do any Hail Marys, have they?
They haven't even got to go to jail for breaking the
police. Well, I've seen that video, and it's very difficult to see whether they actually punched that woman in the face and broke her nose. It's really, really difficult to see that. I can understand their confusion because extending his arm out and squashing that policewoman's nose. I mean, it could be like I'm just a racist bigot because I saw that him punching her in the nose, but obviously,
what if him punching and breaking a policewoman's nose?
Yeah.
Is a sincerely held religious belief, and that's why he had to do it.
Marie was born in 1433. He didn't like the.
It's religious practice.
Yeah, he didn't like the.
And now they'll get millions in compensation.
Well, it's a good thing that policewoman wasn't dealing with a Sikh because it could have ended up a bit worse then.
Yeah. Oh. I haven't got anything showing. Everyone's just looking at a blank screen.
Yeah, put a picture up.
Yeah. There we go. We're not got a blank screen no more.
No.
Yes, it is. Still blank at my end.
Is it? Yeah, it takes a couple of seconds for it to come through.
All right, fair enough. I'll give it a couple. Oh, yeah, there we go.
It's
the classic font.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. The other classic font.
There we go.
We're in a sort of 20-second delay thing.
Why don't you give the listeners a brief recap of last week's episode? Only for a few minutes.
Giles de Rais was really, really old, and he lived in a really, really old time. And some aristocrats got married, and some of them didn't get married. Some of them were supposed to marry Giles de Rais, but they decided to become nuns or something instead. What happened to her? She just married someone else. I don't know. She was supposed to marry him, but she didn't.
Then he wanted to kill a load of children.
Yeah, but we haven't got to that. At the minute, he's a war hero.
Wasn't he friends with Joan of Arc or something? Is that right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, right, okay. At least I knew a little.
You say friends. It's kind of like they worked at the same Tesco's and they
exactly.
The same Tesco's.
I'm a bit out of my depth tonight because I'm more your ghost and monster.
I'm way on my depth because I thought he just killed little boys and girls. Well, I think it was just little boys, but then I found out there's a lot of really boring history that goes along with him.
It's kind of like you get put on the night shift, right? And then the shift manager says, Joan, look, you're going to be working with Giles de Rais tonight. It's like, oh, God, not him again.
Not him, he's weird and he doesn't wash his hair.
It's like, look, he has to work night shift up. We end up with children missing in the freezer section.
He has dandruff on the shoulders of his smock.
I suppose Greta Thunberg is kind of like a modern-day Joan of Arc, isn't she?
Wow, I was going to say she's like the modern-day Saint Bridget.
Is that right? Or is Rosie
Saint
Jones
Bridget's
maybe
quite
the modern-day Joan of Arc? Rosie Jones.
She's probably more like the modern-day Rosie Jones.
Yeah.
I couldn't see fucking Greta Thunberg ride a horse, to be honest. She's too
Is
small.
she the modern-day Rachel Carson?
Maybe a pony. She'd ride a pony. I don't know.
Go on, now, but you ready to get this underway, or are you still eating your dinner?
He is a horse.
I've got like one mouthful left, and
Tastes
I'll be
like a
ready
horse.
for you.
Yeah, so we'll do a bit more. Are you sure we didn't do it? Well, I was down at the Franco-Breton Alliance through the House of Valois-Anjou.
Too many long words.
Yeah, a lot of them French. Ian, you are going to struggle with this one.
I know, yeah. Better. I'll try though. I'll black
I
it.
have, right, I'm done now. Okay. What am I looking
That
at?
was quick.
Gilles de Rais he's an interesting bloke, isn't he? The Gilles de Rais.
He got up to a few things, didn't he?
Well, I'm not just stalling for time as I'm waiting for the Wikipedia article to load with hypothetical portraits and criminal life. Squandering of heritage or military career? First,
let's recap. Let's do the military career and do a recap.
He knew fuck all about the Cortina, though.
Well, yeah, the Cortina was a bit sort of past his time, you see.
He didn't know about the Renault 5, though. Have you seen it? Have you seen the new Renault 5, Ian?
No, is it an ugly beast?
They've decided to imagine if you will, a Renault 5 that's been crossed with Bernard
morbidly obese.
Bernard,
yeah.
Manning.
I would say Hamblin Reed, but it needs to be something. And why is that bloke sticking a sticker?
Actually, her name's Amberlyn. It's only fat-phobic bigots that call her Hamberlin, or the Ham Planet, or Ham Beast.
Ham Beast.
So I've just put up an image of the siege of Champtouzeau. How do you do that one?
Oh, mate, it's like I'm there in the bar with you right now. Une deuxième verre de vin pour mon bon ami là.
Yeah.
So, military career, right?
Let's do that, because I'm pretty sure we kind of rushed. I think we thought we were only going to do one.
Oh, yeah, because look, there's this big, long, boring bit about what stuff did he own, and the answer is we're not really sure. Yeah. He owned a fair bit of stuff, and he squandered it. Yeah. Simple as. Military career.
He was a very
in
naughty
a decade. Boy. Following the Breton War of Succession, which was 1341 to 1364, the defeated faction refused to relinquish his claim to rule over the Duchy of Brittany and continued to plot against the Dukes of the House of Montfort.
Did you know who was involved in that war? It's a conflict between the Counts of Blois and the Montforts of Brittany.
Yeah.
To control the Duchy of Brittany.
Well, it's a famous part of medieval French history. I mean, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
So... in February of 1420, the House of it's one of them Welsh words, Penfievre.
Is that like Pendragon? Is that like French?
In February 1420, the House of Pendragon, led by Marguerite de Clisson and her two sons, Olivier and Jean. Hang on, Marie de Clisson.
John and not Jean.
Oh, Jean. Because that's like if you get that word right and you pronounce it as a Frenchman does, it's Jean.
Oh, how the hell do you pronounce that? John II called Jean de l'Aigle. What does that even mean?
Well, I don't see where that is there.
If you just hover over the hyperlink, it pops up, doesn't it?
What, John? Okay. Yeah. Nothing's coming up on my end.
So I guess Jean de l'Aigle was Count of Penthievre from 1433 until his death.
All right. Okay.
Well, he weren't king. He weren't after his death, was he?
So anyway, Marguerite's two sons, Oliver and John, took Duke John V prisoner in violation of the Treaty of Gironde.
Oh, he's sometimes numbered as John VI.
Yeah.
By name John the Wise. He weren't that wise. He got.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing the French struggle with keeping like number records as much as we do here at Fortean Words. The conspirators enjoyed temporary support of Charles, Dauphin of France, and future king.
Oh, he's the dolphin. Wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the Dauphin of France.
He was like Flipper. Charles, where are the kids? Oh, they're stuck in the well in the sea.
For the rest of this paragraph, it to be read in the style Clouseau. Civil war once again engulfed the Duchy of Brittany. At the call of Duchess Joanne, wife of Jean V, the Breton nobility rallied around the... Sometimes, but not always. For the sake of this narrative, we shall call him John V. The Breton nobility rallied around the House of Montfort, including former supporters of the House of Penfold, Pendragon, such as Jean de Craon. This is not to be confused with the writing implement, which is not to be confused with the writing implement, which is called a crayon. It is clearly there's a word difference between Jean de Craon and un crayon. On the 17th of February 1420, the latter went to his suzerain, Jean, to swear, along, he said, putain de merde, that is a swear word, along with other lords present, to protect and deliver John V. In retaliation, armed Penfold bands attacked the strongholds of Jean de Craon and his grandson Giles, notably destroying the castle of La Moff-Achard. Well, La Moff-Achard, that's an interesting castle.
The big
yeah.
Moff.
You do the rest in yellow face, then.
Well,
it's a former commune in the Vendy department in the Pays.
Yeah.
What's the department again? Is that a county?
I think it's like a parish county or something, yeah. I'm sorry, I can't do it as my local... I haven't been to my local Chinese in 10 years.
Yeah.
After John V's...
Wow! Program and you got banned from the local Chinese.
I think this is confusing enough of it without accents. I think you should do it sans accent, as the French would say.
After John V's release, Jean de Craon and Giles were rewarded for their good and notable services with generous land grants that were converted to monetary gifts. Perhaps young Giles... Is
that like Bullseye when you win the speedboat and you could probably take the money instead?
Well, it's like when you go on Fort Boyard and it's like, let's find out, you've got this many doubloons. Well, that's been converted into 50,000 French francs. Yeah. Because it was done before the Euros, it was.
Yeah. What's Dirty Den doing here?
I'll tell you what he's not doing, murdering taxi drivers.
And wanking on cam or whatever he was doing.
What about Cat Weasel with those riddles? Did anybody get any of those riddles right?
I never really watched Fort Boyard. It kind of passed me by. I only passingly watched it.
I only watched the French one as a wee little Dibbon. So you see, the old guy in the tower of mine wasn't Penfold. He was like some French actor, and he looked a lot like the druid in Asterix, Getafix.
Yeah,
he looked like that, and he talked with one of those old accents that wasn't really old.
In the second
pretended to be old.
In the second series, they replaced him with Tom Baker, didn't they? And Dirty Den was replaced with some guy...
I did see Tom Baker on the thumbnail of a video about it.
And Dirty Den was replaced by some guy from The Bill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it was Burnside. Was it Burnside, was it?
I'll level you with
because oddly enough, I watched a programme about it last night.
I saw one episode with Melinda Messenger in it, but apart from that, I'm just like,
bastard.
It's not like what's it called? The French. I'll tell you what. Last night I was watching a 1991 team, and there are these athletes, and they get these women right. It's like, okay, women, you got to slide along this thing, right? And then the cameraman, he's got his camera right in the cleavage in between. It's like you get a good look at their knocks, and it's like I think I understand why this show was so appealing.
Yeah.
And their camel foot as well.
They didn't really show them that. They're more interested in their faces and their tits. That's what the camel
foot in it as well, which was always good.
Well, they didn't really show the camel toes. So anyway,
I saw some camel foot.
Except for the later ones where they had the lady that was painted and you had to like feel up her tits to look at where the clue was. Did you ever see that? Like there'd be like this painted snake and it was pointing to like the cleft underneath her boob, and you had to lift it up in order to read the word to figure out where the key was hidden, because they had keys in that. So anyway, the monetary gains is a bit like Fort Boyard, where you get some doubloons and you exchange it for money. Monetary gifts. Perhaps young Giles' first feat of arms was to take part in the last remaining major conflict of the Breton War of Succession. But it remains a matter of historical debate since various authors stress that there is no documentary evidence of any personal military engagement.
Oh.
It's also possible that...
Oh, what's they giving me for now then? They just gone, there you go, just have that.
Yeah, you know, out of the goodness of their hearts. Yeah. It's also, they're very generous, the French noble lords, you know, just handing out like stuff like it's, you know, going off sweets or something. It's also possible that Jean de Créant and Gilles de Rais then entered the patronage of Arthur de Richmond, John V's younger brother, recently released from English captivity. Meanwhile, plagued by both the Armagnac-Burgundian Civil War and the foreign warfare against the Lancastrian monarchy.
Burgundian? What's Burgundy? Oh, Burgundy, isn't it?
That's it.
My wine's better than that Armagnac's crap. Burgundy is what you want.
You'll love to hear this, right? The Armagnac-Burgundian Civil War was a conflict between two cadet branches of the French royal family, the House of Orléans and the House of Burgundy, from 1407 to 1435. It began in the law in the 100 Years' War against the English and overlapped with Western Schism of the papacy.
Oh,
all right, okay.
It caused the big problem then.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff was happening. It's like, oh, look, there's a bit of a lull in this war with the English. Shall we fight amongst each other? Yeah, that sounds good. Shall we cause a schism that will last like 1,000 years?
Why dead on the floor? That's in that picture, in the Armagnac-Burgundian Civil War picture.
Well, you know, it was just rolling around, and they thought, just leave it there, mate. Yeah. Let people know what's going on. King Henry V of England succeeded in establishing himself as son-in-law and heir to King Charles VI of France. That's Charles VI of France. Yeah. Thanks to the ratification of the Treaty of Troyes.
Did you? I think you missed out a line. The foreign warfare against the Lancastrian monarchy, the kingdom.
I said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know, you're fixated on the Armagnacs versus Burgundy.
And
what
the
is
head
better?
Rolling on the floor.
And the guy who invented the crayon.
And as Henry Hill said, there's only one way. Who's better, the Armagnac house, the Burgundian royal family?
There's only one way to find out.
Find out, yeah. So anyway,
I don't remember Henry Hill saying that. Henry Hill. No, I don't remember Henry Hill saying that.
Henry Hill was a famous medieval humor jester and stuff. Yeah,
I take that back.
Yeah.
Does anybody know the medieval term for burp? Is it Henry Hill's?
Well, you see, instead of the badger parade, he had the badger baiting. Shut up, dog! Do me a favour, right? Take your headphones downstairs so I can shout at him.
I'm gonna go. He's up here. Obviously,
he
needs to be let into another room. What he does now, I want to be let into a room and shouts until you do. So.
My favourite thing is when I'm staying over at the Hemi Towers, right? What happens is I'm there in my bed, right? And the wake up call is Patrick Bateman. Their dog's name's named after the American Psycho thing, right? What he'll do is he sticks his nose right to the crack of the door and goes. It's like, oh, I think I can smell a hedgehog in there. It's like, there's no hedgehogs in here, Patrick. Fuck off. I'll come out when I'm ready. And he likes to blow snot underneath the door just to let me know he's there. Occasionally he will start whining after I've told him to fuck off. I like their dog, by the way, but he's annoying. So anyway, Treaty of Troyes says that Henry V is the correct and rightful ruler of France, and the French rule up in arms saying, we're not good having Englishmen controlling France, sacre bleu. So they had a bit of a fight about it. For his part, having learned of the Dauphin Charles's compromises with his Penfold captors, which we also call Pendragon.
Penthiever. The pen thieves. Is that what it was? The crayons versus the pen thieves?
I'm going to go on Google because the Google lady, right? If I give her a word in French that I struggle with, she reads it out for me. So what? How do you call Penfold?
It's that accent, isn't there?
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Bantièvre.
Bantièvre.
Bantièvre. So it's not pen, it's pain. Bantièvre.
No,
So anyway, the
Stilo.
Bantièvre captors, John V, nonetheless, John V, wavered between the
Sometimes
Armagnac
We
faction
do
and the
need
House
to
of
remember that
Lancaster.
sometimes he's the sixth, just when he's in the mood for it.
No, you'll get mixed up with the Dauphin and the Duke John V.
Yeah.
Anyway, John V, nonetheless, wavered between the Armagnac faction and the House of Lancaster to preserve the independence of his duchy. However, this seesaw policy did not prevent the Duke of Brittany from finally adhering to the Treaty of
What is a
Troyes.
seesaw policy? I've never heard of a seesaw policy before.
I think, in modern terms, that's called a flip-flop policy.
Yeah, it does seem like
Yeah.
it, doesn't it? But in medieval Europe, there were seesaw policies.
He's tottering from one faction to another.
This was before the invention of the flip-flop, so it had to be a seesaw policy.
He doesn't have the bold determinism of Sir Keir Starmer, so there is that.
Yeah.
Once the Dauphin Charles became King of France in October 1422, he continued the war against the English in order to recover his crown lands.
Did he invent Dauphin's potatoes?
He certainly did.
Yeah.
But that comes later, you see, because the potato hadn't been invented yet. During this dynastic turmoil, Jean de Craon and Gilles de Rais may have taken part in the victory of La Gravelle. May have done. They might have been busy buggering small boys to death. We don't know yet. So, taking part in the victory of La Gravelle on 26th September 1423.
With Geoffrey d'Epstein.
Yeah, and
Geoffrey Epstein.
But no, in French that'd be Geoffrey d'Epstein. So, and he may have been in the Battle of Verneuil on the 17th of August 1424.
He says there's a lot of maybes here, isn't it?
But hey, you'll be relieved to hear this next statement, right? But that is just a supposition. In any case, the bloody defeat of the Franco-Scottish troops at Verneuil changed the political landscape, completing the military disaster.
Wait. They formed an alliance with Scotland again and lost. No way.
Yeah.
So a long time ago, there was this evil bigot, what was racist against the Pakistanians, called Henry Longshanks.
Yeah.
Was that the first Henry?
Edward Longshanks.
Edward Longshanks.
Yeah.
Did I say Henry Longshanks?
You did, yeah.
Look, everybody's Henry until otherwise. But anyway,
Literally every Henry in medieval Europe was John.
Yeah.
Every Tom, Dick, and Harry was called Henry in medieval Europe.
So this
That's
this
why we
Henry.
had to have numbers after their name, obviously.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, because there's so many Henrys. So this Henry Longshanks said, "Look, I don't like the Geoffrey d'Epsteins. You're clipping our coins," and he told them to get lost. And they were so up in arms about this. They said, "Well, what if the two historical enemies of the English, the French and the Scottish, what if we made them have an alliance and raised up the forces militarily so that if the England was going to march on Scotland, the French will invade and vice versa, keeping England in check until Oliver Cromwell came in and said, oh, we don't like monarchy, do we? Let's ban the monarchy. And everyone's like, yay, let's ban the monarchy and have a republic. Yeah, and then we're going to ban Christmas and mince pies and football. What? Yeah, and also I'm going to ban swearing. And I'm going to have this thing called the online ID, digital ID check. But what does that even mean? We don't even have electricity, yet alone, online stuff. Well, we're banning it. And then the people are like, we're a bit bored of this now, Oliver Cromwell. Can we have a king again? Go on then, have a king.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we run out of kings. Can we have this Dutch William as a king? Oh, go on then if you insist. At least he's not Catholic.
How do you end up with the blue piss guy then?
The blue piss guy?
Yeah, George III.
Oh, well, you see, inbreeding and its consequences, yada yada.
Yeah.
Once the Dauphin Charles became king of
Fuck
France,
around and find out.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine
in any
being so
case-
insane your piss turns blue. That's a level. That's a proper level of insanity, that isn't it?
In any case, the bloody defeat of the Franco-Scottish troops because of Edward Longshanks saying to the you-know-whos, you can't clip coins anymore, get lost, changed the political landscape, completing the military disaster of Agincourt almost 10 years earlier.
Yeah.
All right. So the Franco-Breton alliance through the House of Valois-Anjou.
Yeah.
King Charles
You
VII.
a bit of shit on you always makes everything better, doesn't it?
Oh, it's really good when it's sous vide as well. So, here's the thing, right? Boil in the bag, apparently disgusting British people while you're boiling stuff in the bag.
Yeah.
French sous vide, it's haute cuisine. It's what all the Michelin-starred chefs are doing.
Yeah.
Why aren't you sous viding? It's not boil in the bag, it's sous vide.
Yeah.
King Charles, you know what I really like about sous vide, right? A lot of people, right, when they're eating stuff, go, I really wish there has the taste of microplastics in it, or as it's called in Ghanaian, Olonka rubber. If only there was a way I could cook some fucking plastic into my food, like the Ghanaians frying plantain chips in transformer oil.
So that's what Violent J was trying to do in that ICB video.
He was just doing traditional Ghanaian cuisine, where what you do is you get a plastic bag and you melt it into your cooking oil, and they called it Olonka rubber.
So was he just like dank food hacking that recipe? Was he by trying to melt a plastic bowl into it?
I still yet to read the Viz panel about the Insane Clown Posse and the Church Fate, where they go and like do a cake bake sale to like raise money for the local vicarage. King Charles VII of France, not to be confused with King Charles 1 through 6, was forced to seek new allies following the Battle of Verneuil.
And who was King Charles after him? King Charles VI.
Exactly.
That's what David Lammy told me.
Well, David Lammy knows all about the royal families of Europe. He struggles a bit with the Henrys, though.
The Charles VII are called the Victorious or the Well-Served. I don't think the Well-Served is really that good a nickname for a king.
Well, it depends. I mean, was he well served by Geoffroy de Epstein? So King Charles was forced to seek new alliances following the Battle of Verneuil. He turned to his then mother-in-law, Yolande of Aragon. Yolande was actually a French name. Well, there you go.
Not Tootie of Aragon.
Yeah, so Yolande of Aragon, which was the head of the House of Valois-Anjou, a younger branch of the ruling dynasty of France. She had been working since 1423 to bring the Kingdom of France and the Duchy of Brittany closer together diplomatically, with the help of a vassal.
She was also known as she was known as Yolande de Aragon and also Violante de Arago.
Yeah. Oh, Violante.
These are like proper old people. You know when you read the obituaries and there's Fred, Dave, Smith or something like his name was Fred, but everyone called him Dave for all of his. Like, why did old people used to do that?
I have no idea. It's like, hey, let's commit identity fraud. It's a laugh. Yeah, it's like so it's like Gary Smith, born Richard Brown.
Yeah.
So anyway, though Jean de Craon was an important and wealthy Angevin lord with numerous estates in Maine, Anjou and Brittany, his influence at the ducal court of Anjou seems to have begun in only 1423, 1424, one of those 2 years. Prior to this, he had spent more time in Brittany and had even been involved in legal disputes with the Dukes of Anjou over the county of Brienne in the lands of the Counts of Roussy. By the way, if you guys like French names as much as I do, you're going to love this episode. Angevin's politics finally promoted.
If you're a bit sketchy on medieval French aristocracies, boy, do we have the 2-part for you.
Yeah, well, it might be a 3-parter at this rate.
Oh God, yeah, because we still haven't got into child murder yet.
There is a lot of foundation we need to lay before that, and then the audience, along with me, will go, why did I read all that fucking bullshit? What's this got to do with him buggering children to death? That's what... No, let me phrase this carefully, right? Very, very carefully. That's what we're all here for, right? This is the gritty true crime details of something that happened 8 years ago.
This is where you're eating your greens and you're just waiting to get to the nice bit of beef with some horseradish on it.
Yeah, but you got to eat your greens first before they get cold. Otherwise, you never get them down.
Yeah.
So, Brittany, County Brienne, Angevins politics finally promoted Arthur de Richemont, the Duke of Brittany's brother, to the rank of Constable of France,
Ooh.
or as they know in French as Constable, in March 1425.
They only had
During
one
the
constable for the whole of France. No wonder they're all criminals over there.
Well, you know, you just they had what they called a laissez-faire attitude to crime.
Just had one constable for the whole of France. Wow, those are the days where you can leave your door open. Well, they didn't really have doors on their huts, did they?
That's the days you could leave your shutters open on your windows. So where are we? Duchy of Brittany. Oh yeah, during the meetings and festivities sealing the alliance between the Kingdom of France and the Duchy of Brittany in Saumur in October 1425.
Someone has nicked my onions from my neck. Oh, sacre bleu.
It is more than my job's worth. Get out of here. Gilles de Rais appeared
It's sleepy time. Go away.
Gilles de Rais, look, it is after 2:00. I've had my glass of wine. Write it down in a police instant report form. But lordship, I do not know how to write, and I do not have paper, and I do not have a stylo, nor do I have a crayon to write this with. Isn't it strange that the pencil was invented after the pen? How does that work?
Yeah.
So anyway,
actually, we do joke, but the Constable of France was lieutenant to the King of France.
Wait, are you saying the ink pen is technically a pen?
I don't know.
So when we have police constables, were we mocking France?
No, I don't know how all this stuff works. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing here. Anyway, so Gilles de Rais appeared in the entourage of King Charles VII, but he might have been introduced to the royal court before this date. He might have been. We don't fucking know. As a matter of fact,
did Mary Beard do this history? Like Mary Beard just likes the riffing, don't she, on history?
It's just he may have had a cheeky wank in between 1425 and 1424. We don't know. But he might have been introduced to the royal court before this date. As a matter of fact, in the same month, Charles VII defended Gilles de Rais' interest by asking Arthur de Richemont to return some Breton lands to the young baron.
Is this like when Bill Clinton goes, I didn't really know Epstein, I just, sort of... Is this what they're doing? Like they go, Gilles de Rais, he was one of the hang-arounds. We didn't really know him.
Well, you see, I did inhale. I did smoke marijuana, but I didn't inhale it. It's like, oh yeah. I just I'm not going to do the Jeffrey Epstein equivalent. No, because that's just too blue.
Yeah, he didn't get sucked off by that girl either, did he? In the White House.
Well, it just depends what cheating is, Ian. Do you remember though that we had to have a big thing about cheat? Like, is a blowjob cheating? I don't know. Maybe.
Is waving a cigar in the general vicinity of a thing? I don't. It doesn't matter.
Anal.
Anyway,
anal. What do you say? Anal.
Specifically, the former estate. Well, we'd have to ask Gilles de Rais on that.
Yeah.
Specifically, former estates of the late Mies de Troyes, Father Gilles de Rais' wife. Fuck me, they're really grasping for straws here, aren't they? Look, Gilles de Rais' wife's father's cousin that he met in the pub once at the butcher's heard talk of the sister, said he got some estates and I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
After the main conquest, the House of Lancaster threatened the borders of the Duchy of Anjou. These two French provinces were personally claimed by John, Duke of Bedford.
Yeah.
The estates of the houses of Laval and Créon, Gilles de Rais' relatives, were directly exposed to
Laval
English
we mentioned
raids.
earlier. Is it Laval the one that he was going to marry into, or was Laval where he's from? I think he's from Laval.
I can't look. This is a Gordian knot of family trees. I can't make head nor tail of it. So anyway, Gilles de Rais' relatives were directly exposed.
This is like a Norfolk family tree, isn't it?
This is like a Bradford's family tree. Gilles de Rais' relatives were directly exposed to English raids. The war went wrong for France, with Arthur de Richmond suffering a crushing defeat at the Battle of St. James in 1426. Although mentioned by some researchers, Gilles de Rais' presence at this battle is not corroborated by any source. So again, some more bullshit where it's not corroborated by any source, And although some people mention that Gilles de Rais likes to have a pokey bum wank, it's not corroborated by any source. Although tested by some sources that his favourite meal was prawn cocktail, it's not corroborated by any source. How about we just stick to what was corroborated by any source then? Why don't we stick to...
Jesus Christ, no wonder they want a quid. They need a quid for a fucking editor, don't they?
Gilles de Rais' bum was bright blue, and he had feathers coming out of his shoulder blades, but it wasn't corroborated by any fucking. How about, you know what? Instead of me reading this fucking shit, I just make some bullshit up about it, but just end with. But of course, that's just supposition. Gilles de Rais, right? He was once on the Lolita Express, and you may be saying, but how does this French baron from 800 years ago appear in Geoffroy d'Epstein's Lolita Express? Well, you see, the Philadelphia experiment caused some temporal time anomalies, and then somehow he ends up on a Lolita Express.
But that's
and
uncorroborated.
Yeah, and he goes on to Epstein's Island to bugger small children to death, and then he's transported back to France. But this is just supposition. It's not corroborated by any source. There, look. You see, now I'm a medieval fucking historian according to Wikipedia, because we could just make up any shit, but end it with the old catchphrase of, it's not corroborated by any source! Fuck you! Why the hell am I reading this bullshit?
Surely they must they must have some idea that he was there, otherwise they wouldn't mention it in the first place.
Well, why is this shit mentioned if it's not corroborated by any source? I mean, for fuck's sake.
Oh god, I did have a look at the note on it, but that's even worse.
Because history's fake and gay.
You might as well just say, oh, look, Gilles de Rais bummed the dragon to death and St. George claimed to have slaughtered it, but that's not corroborated by any source.
Actually, St. George is Turkish.
It wasn't called Turkey back then. It was Constantinople. Actually. I mean, I might as well say...
Actually, Hobbit, it was Byzantium.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, Gilles de Rais' favourite condiment might be horseradish, but that's not corroborated by any source! Fuck! I can't go with this! Why am I reading this if it's not corroborated by any source?
You missed the best line of it. In the same vein, it's doubtful that Gilles de Rais and his future judge John Le Malstroit would have hated each other since this melody.
Oh, that's a fucking relief. I'm sure we put this bit in.
Where's that Michael Fassbender meme of him saying first time? I fucking need that. Is this your first time, Hobbit, looking into history?
Hemi, would it be better if I load up the French version of this and machine translated it?
Why?
Well, maybe it won't be full of this fucking editorialising that the English version is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Okay, just let's have a look at this paragraph, right? So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to copy this URL. I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to change the EN to an FR.
Oh, actually, we're nearly there, Hobbit. From the second half of 1427, Chronicles began to mention Gilles de Rais' name.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Why are
so
they
we're in military career, aren't we?
I think we'll do. Should we just skip the rest of that because it's all conjecture?
I'm just hang on. Where are we now? With this, we got that. We got this. So is this Franco-Breton alliance through the House of Valais-Anjou? No. Oh, this is a slightly different. This has got different context, right? So you know we were reading the Franco-Breton alliance through the House of Valais-Anjou. Yeah. So in this one, they're like, what about if we had the Guerrilla contre les garnisons anglaises aux confins de Maine. So that is guerrilla warfare against the garrisons, the English garrisons in the confines of Maine.
That's the next thing.
Oh, right. So I'm reading a bit about this.
How's that previous bit? Is that exactly the same then, is it?
Well, hang on. September 1426, because it's written by two different people. You see, it's written by two different teams. So, it says here we can buy because the last bit we got here before the guerrilla warfare was we can buy his various military and political failures, especially his brother's defection after Richmond fell into disgrace due to a lack of results from the French Breton alliance. Estranged from Charles VII, he retained the office of constable, but left the French court and entered into armed conflict with La Trémol without allying himself with the English. Now, in the French version of this one, it says, in September 1426, les contenables de Richmond, so the Constable of Richmond, échouaient encore face anglaise. I'll have to... Oh, this is an interesting French word. Escaramouche, do they do the fandango?
Do they?
Devant le Mont Saint-Michel. So this talking about there was like the English, they're facing against the English in Mont Saint-Michel. So, I mean, every time someone's tried to seize Mont Saint-Michel, they failed.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, right? It takes time to build siege equipment, and the time it takes to build siege equipment, the tide comes in at Mont Saint Michael, so you can't do it. Nobody's been able to take the castle.
Yeah. Oh, what? Because you have to get too close to build the siege equipment, then you get attacked.
Well, so all of Mont Saint Michael is surrounded by a great big beach and marshland, and the tide comes in. It's like the sands at Weston-super-Mare, where when the tide's out, you've got like 2 miles before the coast.
Weston-super-Mud.
Yes, it certainly is. And I'd like to go back there again. Sandy Bay is lovely, or Sand Bay, I should say. Beautiful place. But anyway, Mount St. Michael, if you build some trebuchets within range of the castle, you're building it on that sand bay.
Freya Hellenbach is in. Freyan Hellenbach.
Isn't Weston-super-Mare full of chaps?
Probably is. Yeah, well, last time I was there, I met some Jippo was angry because he was trying to promote some circus, and he gave me a flyer. And I said to him, well, look, mate, thanks, but I'm not from round here. He says, I don't care. As long as I've handed out flyers out, I've done my job. It's like, okay.
What a great work ethic.
But it smells of weed.
Oh, wow, yeah, but everywhere smells of weed in England.
That is quite true these days, yeah. It's not horrible, but it's just...
It smells like B.O. I really don't like the smell of weed.
It smells like...
I smell of weed.
Well, I mean, it's...
crisps.
I like the taste of it as well. It's just a shame.
It smells like...
You're not supposed to eat it, Ian.
Well, you can if you cook it.
Yeah, ash cakes.
Yeah, well, you make edibles, as the Americans call them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you stick it in a casserole, cook it with lard or butter. By the way, Americans, you don't have to bake cannabis into sweet treats. You can actually just put it in the curry.
Yeah.
But far be it for me to tell you how you should consume your drugs.
From
the second half of
14, about food in this country, do we?
No, we're fucking idiots in this country. I mean, we're not doing sous vide unlike you haute cuisine Americans.
Or boiled chicken in a can.
Or your macaroni and balls. Have you seen macaroni balls?
Or McDonald's.
No.
McDonald's is famous Scottish cuisine. Everyone knows that.
McDonald's.
From the second half of 1427, chronicles began to mention Gilles de Rais's name.
Wow, in an article about Gilles de Rais, we finally found about some stuff where Gilles de Rais is actually there and he's actually done stuff.
I mean, it's only taken us 3 fucking hours to get to this bit, but we eventually got there.
Was he a real person, though?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's really dead. He really got. Well, I'm not going to spoil.
He was a real person.
I'm not going to spoil.
So anyway, the
I'm not
chronicles.
Spoil, but yeah,
like Robin Hood. Not like Robin Hood, who's probably.
Spoilers: he didn't die of natural causes, Ian. Yeah. From the second half of 14.
Yeah, but have you got a source to corroborate that?
Well, I don't know. No. It's just all assumptions. Yeah. So the chronicles began to mention Gilles de Rais's name along with those of other French capitaines. He leads a guerrilla warfare. On the borders of the county of Maine. Yeah. So he leads a guerrilla warfare on the borders of the country of Maine together with Ambrose de Loire.
In case you didn't know what guerrilla warfare was, it is a type of unconventional warfare in which small groups of regular military, such as blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because we need that explaining to us.
Well, as a child, I used to hear that phrase on the news, and I did actually think that it was
about guerrillas.
Yeah, guerrillas fighting each other. It wasn't.
I too thought it was about that. Hey, shall we do the Wikipedia game? Like, how many links to Hitler? So we're on Gilles de Rais. I'm going to click on guerrilla warfare. So let's see if there's anything Guerrilla warfare, irregular military. Okay, so let's try that. Irregular military, militias, military unit organization. I'm going to click on military unit organization. Let's see if I can find Hitler yet. Roman army? No. United States? No. Secretaries? Capability, military science. Oh, military science. Let's click on that one then. So I'm on military science. Let's see what we got.
Would have been America, because America you could go to World War II.
Yeah. What about
Super
military
soldier.
systems? Military systems, intelligence. What about cryptography? That would do. Military logistics, military technology. Let's click on military technology. So I'm on military technology now. Space? No, that's postmodern. Let's look for modern technology. Armies, naval warfare, HMS Dreadnought. Oh, we could click on HMS Dreadnought, yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
then-
the Germans had dreadnoughts, didn't they?
So Dreadnought was the first battleship of the era to have uniform main battery rather than having a large guns complemented by heavy secondary armament, small guns. Yeah, it was an interesting thing. So, here we go. Designed to engage only battleships. Are any true significant against the ramming and sinking of German submarine SMU-29? So SMU-29 was a Type 27 U-boat. So if I click on U-boat, U-boats are naval submarines talking about Germany. World War II, Austro-Hungarian. I'm restricted to submarine warfare. So if I click on that unrestricted thing, history, customary, naval law says you can't do nasty things. In 1936, states it signed the London Protocol on Submarine Warfare to be deemed acceptable. Naval armies needed to follow prize rules, which called for warships to search merchantmen and place crews in a place of safety before sinking them.
That's bullshit, though, isn't it? Because in war, you do what you have to do to win. You don't go, oh, that's not fair. I'm gonna sign a treaty not to do it. So that's what I didn't
fair
like.
in love and war, Ian.
Well, no, fuck them. We got to win the war. So if we're gonna do dirty
here we
things,
go. So I've clicked on Second London Naval Treaty. I see a link to the Nuremberg Trial. So if I click on the Nuremberg Trial, let's see what happens. It mentions Nazi Germany, and if I click on Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler. No, Adolf Hitler. So Adolf Hitler. So that's 1 link, 2 link, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 links. So it took me 16 links to get to Hitler. I think you could
have done it quicker if you'd have gone America and then World War II.
I probably could have found there probably would even be if I clicked on if I clicked on Strasbourg.
Links.
Well, I was going to say
that's what Pete Townsend would have done to get where he went to, but he said he clicked on it by mistake.
So it took me 16 links now. Now, audience, now here's a game you can play at home, right? If you look up the Giles de Rais article, see if you can get there in less links. That this is like on the countdown where they do the number round, and they show you how many steps it takes them to get to the number. If audience at home on the Rumble and the YouTubes, well, first of all, give us a like already, you fucking stingy bastard, and secondly, tell me how many links did it take you to get there, and if you're too late for the live stream, leave it a message in the comments because it really helps us in the algorithm. Guerrilla warfare, what's all that about?
Well, anyway, as Purple would say, don't forget to like and subscribe me.
Whilst drooling everywhere, very disrespectful.
No, that's Geordie McDrawlface. You leave Purple. Purple, she's just highly energetic.
Yeah, and she's got the sticky out teeth as well. It looks like a fucking horse. So anyway, Ambrose de Loire, Gilles de Rais, and some other Frenchman called Jacques de Dinon, who was the Lord of Beaumanoir, they all did a guerrilla warfare, according to this article. That was very interesting. This harassment tactic against the English troops, or do they sort of ring? It's like, your food is crap, and you smell bad, and your teeth are weird, and your longbows are shit.
And your mother smelt of elderberries. Do you remember that from?
And your father was a horse.
I fart in your general direction, you silly person.
my lord, the French are really harassing me. They say my father's a horse, but I know he's not a horse because he's a bloke, isn't he?
Do they not know
Look,
you're not supposed to do that under the Geneva Convention? It's not fair.
Look, my dad's right there. He's a sergeant at arms. Hello, I'm a sergeant at arms. I'm definitely not a horse, my lord. Can we do something about these French? Oh, let's sally forth against them. So anyway, did the English sally forth against the French harassing them, calling their fathers a horse?
Sally forth makes me think of Evil Dead 3.
Yes.
Sally Sally
He puts his jaw back in place. It's like, sally forth. As soon as they'd taken... Oh, there's taking control of a stronghold. Oh, did they do a Fort Boyard?
Yeah.
This harassment tactic against the English troops enabled the French captains to storm the Ramefort fortress at Gons. As soon as they had taken control of the stronghold, Giles and other captains kept their promise to spare the English garrison, but had the French-speaking men they found there hanged. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Based.
It may have been a sign of strong national feeling against fighters regarded as disowned
Were any
French.
monkeys hanged, or is that just one particular town in England?
Not in Norfolk, yeah.
In the north of England that does that.
It may have been a sign of strong national feeling against fighters regarded as disowned French or false French. They're not real French. In other words, French in favour of dual monarchy of England and France. In another assault, the lords of Rais, Loire and Beaumeneur retook the castle of Malicorne from the English. The captains had French-speaking besieged executed. Oh, tell you what, it's fucking shit being a Frenchman in the 14th century.
Always kill an enemy. Always kill a traitor over an enemy, isn't it?
And always smoking, weren't they?
Well, I mean, you can't tell who to put your loyalties with. I mean, one day you got to side with the Dauphin, the next day
one day you're a nationalist, the next day you're a disowned French or a false French. There you go.
Yeah. And now you're called a Vichy collaborator, and look, we've got to that Wikipedia's favourite article again, Adolf Hitler. I took prisoner the English... somebody's probably done like a spiderweb diagram, like showing all the other articles and how many links they are from Hitler. So the captains had the French-speaking besieged executed with the capture of Ramefort. Moreover, at the Battle of the Chateau de Lude, Captain Gilles de Rais killed...
Chateau of Lude?
Yeah,
the Chateau de Lude. Sexy pictures of royalty in, is it?
It's not lewd as you think it's written. It's
got
lewd.
Marie Antoinette's news in there, yeah.
So Gilles de Rais killed or took prisoner the English Captain Blackburn.
Picture of her ankles, yeah.
According to conflicting sources.
Oh, great. Another highly, brilliantly sourced Give Us a Quid article.
Yeah.
Don't forget to give us a quid, because we're so good at doing this.
Oh, by the way, the money you give to Wikipedia doesn't pay for the server upkeep, so it all goes to... It's spaffed up against the wall on their charities. Like, you know what? I found out the charities they were supporting, and I was just like, it'd be better if you spent this money on OnlyFans or DoorDash.
or Frosty Jack.
I mean, I could literally say, like, you know, Cobra was doing more to stimulate the local economy with his donations than Wikipedia does. The fuckers. So anyway, conflicting sources, like everything else in this bullshit article about Giles. You'll love this next bit, right? The confused chronology of medieval chronicles makes it impossible to date these feats of arms precisely.
Don't. You'll start Fraser off. We can talk about the little season. How many Wikipedia articles are we away from the little season?
So you realise history is fake and gay. Yeah. How many times? Just saying.
Look, whilst I agree with Fraser that history is indeed fake and gay, I got a feeling that there was some sloppy jobs done in archiving these histories here.
I'd say the sloppier job was done by whoever wrote this article.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
At the time, fortresses can be successively stormed, lost and recaptured due to the weakness of their garrisons.
It's not exactly a fortress then, is it? It's just a fucking house.
Yeah. Well, they go on to...
Doesn't fortress, by its very meaning, have some sort of, like, meaning or attributes?
Wooden palisades, maybe.
I mean, what do words mean anymore? I mean, I've been reading this Wikipedia article for 2 weeks now.
Can a true fortress be successively stormed? At that point, I don't think it's a fortress anymore.
So they're saying here, at the time, fortresses can be successively stormed, lost, and recaptured due to the weakness of their garrisons or the endless reversals of local lords who often belong to competing networks, notes medievalist Boris Bove.
Boris Bove. Is that Boris Johnson's pen name? Boris Bove.
Hello, I'm Boris Bove, and I'm writing about the endless reversals of local lords.
Wasn't Boris Bove on Phone Jacker? I'm Boris Bove.
That's Brian Badonte, his cousin, twice removed.
No, my brother, Brian Badonte. I'm Boris Bove.
And now he's Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Boris
Bibbly
Bove.
bong. Boris Bove.
Yeah.
In the spring of 1428, spring, although some sources might have said it was summer, or some might say it was winter.
Some point in 1428, or 1429, or
1423.
Yeah.
We don't
You know
know.
what? We need to get the soundboard updated with that fucking what's his name, Frakes' fucking.
Yeah.
We made it up.
Yeah.
This one's on us. This is a work of fiction. It never happened.
To be fair, I do have one that will fit. Wikipedia article writers.
Oh. Fucking paid what, 20 grand a year to be a fucking knobhead?
This sums up this entire fucking article. So, Rais contributed 1,000 gold écus. I've never heard of an écu before. What is a gold écu? The term écu may refer to one of several French coins. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that.
It may refer.
It may refer, although sources aren't very clear on that. To pay for the enormous ransom of his cousin André de Loriac. André de L'Oréal, captured by the English on the 16th of March. 16th of March 1428 during the siege of Laval. The House of Laval, namely Guy XIV, so that's Guy the 14th, Anne, and Jean de Laval Tintin.
Were they stuck for names, were they?
Yeah, they were. The young captain. Well, look, it's Laval Tintinac, so Tintinac, yeah. The young captive's brother, mother, and grandmother, respectively, undertook to reimburse the very dear and beloved cousins and great friends who had humped free André de L'Oréal.
Is a Tintiniac like a real big fan of Tintin, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
It's a portmanteau of Tintin and Maniac. He's a
Tintinac.
And didn't you just say that they humped free?
Well, you're going to love this, right? So, I was talking about like the temporal time warp where Gilles de Rais ended up on Geoffroy de Epstein's Lolita Express. Yeah. New English troops landed in the French realm in 1428. So we got troops from the 13 colonies, New England, with their muskets. And so, the tricorn hats and the muskets, they landed in the French around 1428 and laid siege to Orleans from October onwards. October right up until 1776.
Yeah.
Comrade in arms of Joan of Arc. This is the crux of the matter.
Oh, here we go. We got some juicy stuff at last.
And there's
some swashbuckling.
Gilles de Rais safe conduct seal. Do you see that?
I've actually put it up
like
on
a
screen
coin
already.
Oh, nice, yeah. In February 1429, Joan of Arc arrived in Chinon from Vaucouleurs to speak to the king. Gilles de Rais was then present at the Chateau de Chinon.
Was he?
The
definitive. Yeah. He was present. He was then present.
Yeah. He was definitely there, we think. As were other captains in Charles VII's entourage during the war, supposedly. A month later, in a letter dated 8th of April 1429, signed by himself and sealed with a seal. Oh, it's good to see that sealed with the seal.
What else would it be sealed? Not sealed with a kiss.
Sealed with a fart.
Sealed with a kiss.
Gilles de Rais formed an alliance with his cousin, Grand Chamberlain Georges de la Trémole. The latter thus pursued his strategy of bilateral alliances with members of the French nobility to consolidate his position with the king, and to protect himself against the plots fomented by Constable Arthur de Richemont and his allies.
Is Arthur de Richemont? Is he like the real person behind like Count Richelieu, or is Count Richelieu a real person?
Is that to do with the Three Musketeers?
Yes.
That's probably a bit afterwards because muskets hadn't been invented yet.
Oh, right.
No, we were still a bit too early for gunpowder because they did have.
A tad bit early, yeah.
Well, they did have. It came from the Italians, you see, and they called them Rocchetta.
So this is like the prequel where Arthur the Rich one takes place originally.
I thought it came from the Japanese gunpowder.
Yeah, Chinese.
Yeah, it came by.
Well, I think Marco Polo brought it to Italy and then
Polo.
Venice.
Fraser got that one.
Oh yeah, Italy wasn't the thing. Was it? So,
was it before or after the song by Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark?
It was before Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. Yes.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So,
a certain age.
Are you talking about Enola Gay?
No, the song they did a song called
Joan of Arc, didn't they? They did Joan of Arc.
Yeah, you see. Yeah. And then they went on to manage. Then they went on to manage the Sugar Babes. That kind of.
I will make a note of that in my trivia for when I next go to the pub quiz. Yeah. Now, Ian, you might know this. What country in the Caribbean? There's a hint or a clue. What country in the Caribbean?
Jamaica.
No, is responsible for merengue? No, in the Caribbean. Is responsible for merengue music. Now, Hemi, don't spoil this. You know the answer. So, Ian,
80.
this is for the grand prize of this ham, which is donated by the local butchers. What is?
Could you not say what country in the Caribbean is my wife going on holiday?
Well,
I don't have the millionaire music, so I'll have to do that.
I'll have to go to Jamaica, but I don't think it's right, is it?
I will give you another clue, right?
Yeah, I know what it is, son. Yeah.
You know what country I'm alluding to, then?
Yeah. I said it.
It shares a border with another country where those might be in.
Brixton.
Brixton's not in.
There's one side that makes mud pies and don't have two halfpennies to scratch together, and then there's the other side.
I got it right.
Slightly better.
Trinidad.
No.
It's the Dominican Republic is responsible for merengue music.
Yeah. Garth Merengue. Is it a Garth Merengue music?
Garth Merengue's music, yes.
Did they invent lemon merengue as well?
Now, Garth Merengue wrote a horror story about that country called Garth Merengue's Dark Place, which is a bit on the nose considering the demographics of the Dominican Republic.
But he's actually writing books now, isn't he? Garth Merengue in the style of Sean Hudson. He's actually doing it for real.
I saw he was doing a stand-up book tour about his thing.
But you can actually buy the books, and they are kind of, violent slasher books.
Sean Hudson's quite good. I've read a few of his books.
Have you ever
read that one? Jonah's quite good because that woman is having a baby at the end, and someone tries to rape her, and the baby rips his cock off.
That Jonah. I thought that was something else.
Is it Jonah?
I read.
Oh, it's that one where they're giving the pit bulls fucking steroids or something, and it's a weird farming horror film.
Oh yeah, horror story, what's that one?
That sounds a lot like James Herbert The Rats. There's a horrible scene in that where there's this cocker spaniel, and the rats are cornering it. Oh, it's a Yorkshire Terrier. You know the one. There's a baby and a Yorkshire Terrier, and the rats have circled it.
Yeah.
I was thinking cocker spaniel because they're cute dogs.
Yeah.
Well,
what about the one where the teacher has his dick cut off?
What is that? A Stephen King novel?
No, that's James Herbert. No, that's James Herbert, I think, isn't it? James Herbert.
Oh, is that not The Fog? Isn't there?
Yeah, The Fog. That's it. Because I don't like these books, but I wrote a book, and I did actually read some of this stuff just to get an idea of description and that kind of thing. It's not the sort of thing I would read, though.
I was about 11 years old, and my granddad said, I read this fantastic book. It's by James Herbert, and it's called The Rats, and it's brilliant, and I think you should read it.
Did he try and sell it as like a YA thriller story or something?
No, he said I should read it, and I did.
Yeah, thanks, Grandad.
at 10 years old, and then I said to, "Oh, Grandad, I read that book," and my uncle seemed to find it was very funny because he knew about how violent and gory it was. And then I read it again when I was about 25, and I was thinking to myself, "This is fucked up." And I never spoke to my granddad about it, but because he was sort of going a bit funny by the time I remembered it. But I was just like, "Granddad, this isn't the sort of book you should be recommending a 10-year-old boy to read." It's like, "Oh, nonsense! Stop being such a Nancy boy. It didn't do you no harm." to be fair, though. To be fair, though,
I don't know. Is it like a grandparent thing? 'Cause my nan used to give me all horror books that she read.
Well, you
she
see,
at one point gave me Hellbound Heart, but I think I was at least 15 when she gave me that.
I did show him the scene in The Fly 2 where the elevator's coming down on the guy's head, and we watched it in slow motion. So
I can't remember that. Is that The Fly 2?
In The Fly 2, there's this bit where the guy's laying down, and there's this elevator, the wire mesh is coming, and
Freya Hellenbach says that edibles tend to make me hyper. I fancy smoking spliff, bong or bowl.
I don't know about that. I mean, when I get
Freya also says, "Hi, y'all from over the pond."
Hello, Freya. If I have an edible, I tend to get couch locked and not want to do anything for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Which I think is the point of an edible.
Is it?
Well, yeah, but like I said, I don't bother making hash brownies or space cakes. I just put some, like, I fry the cannabis in butter, and then I stick it in a curry. I mean, it's as simple as. Oh, you're not supposed to fry it. Yeah, I mean, well, put it this way, right?
You're not supposed to fry it.
Yeah, because you
take a lot of the goodness out of it.
Yeah, well, I meant simmer. I simmer on a low heat.
I don't want to be that guy, but you're talking about taking the goodness out of drugs.
Yeah. Yes. No, we're talking about aromatherapy and fuck it, it's cannabis. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, the essential oils, which are fat
soluble. What we really need to see is you and Dom both get on some cannabinoids and get on some spice, and then have a fight in the street, and someone videos it. I think that's what we should.
Well, what am I trying to do? I've never tried gummies. It's weird. It's strange.
You and Dom smoke some spice, and then take some laxative, and then have a race to see who can get to the toilet first.
I think I know who'd win.
Yeah, Dom don't really bother, does he? Get into the toilet, does he? And as your garage will attest.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh no,
my garage will attest to that.
Oh.
But, he weeded Ian's garage, didn't he?
Yeah. Do you know the funny thing about that? I was telling Hemi the other day about, like, my cousin, and when he in his old house, he used to just go to, like, a random patch of the garden every night to have a piss. And I was like, "What are you going out there for? You smoke indoors?" It's like, "Yeah, I was going out for a piss though." It's like, "But you got a toilet upstairs." It's like, yeah, but you know, I'm going to be out there." It's like,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's all right.
But it's like it's minus 10 degrees out there. He says,
the more you use the
what Hobbit really said to me, said, "You got a perfectly good sink in the kitchen."
Well, no, you got a perfectly adequate sink in the bar, which is right next to your bedroom. You know, you can piss on the kegs. It was okay. So when I say it was a house, it used to be a cafe. And in the basement there was a bar, and adjoining that was an office which got converted into his bedroom. And it was all on the hill. So what was the basement was also the ground level, if that makes sense.
Oh, God, don't start that one.
Because the floor above it was like the ground level of the road.
Yeah,
but it was a very steep hill.
What I had a sink in my room. I obviously used to slash in that, but also I used to throw up out of my window as well.
Ian,
that's really poor form, puking out the window.
But I had no choice. It was either that I wasn't going to make it to the toilet, so it's like spew on the floor, or at least you can do it down the side of the building.
Would you be like a medieval Englishman and say "guard alone" before you hurled, before you brought up your biscuits, as they say? The other thing, if you had a sink, right, would you put your ass in one corner and wipe your bum using a damp rag?
No, that's going too far.
We know a lady on the internet
Well-
that did that and expected
well,
her girlfriend to clean it
Oh,
up.
was it the glass coffee table thing?
No,
No,
it was just
no,
she was
it
too
was-
fat to wipe her own arse, so she had to scrape it down the sink.
Imagine
you're
being
grim.
so fat, like the only way you can wipe your bum is you put a damp rack on the corner of the sink and you scoot your ass cheeks over it.
Why didn't you put a link to that into the chat? Then maybe the viewers.
Oh,
Can
I
have a look.
fucking would love to. Yeah, have we got the link of Hammy talking about how she wipes her ass? Chat, can you bring that up, please? Let's talk about that for the next fucking hour.
Jamie, can you bring that? It is pretty 14. It is pretty 14 that Anne Boleyn is too fat to wipe her own arse. That is pretty 14.
The
I think
Fortean
Henry VIII
subject.
was, wasn't he? He used to have wipers.
Well, yeah, but that's called the groom of the stall, and that even with the
they
more
have
able-
wipers in Coming to America, don't they? After Eddie Murphy as a shit.
And that girl gives him a blowjob underwater.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you could have blowjob gags in a PG movie? That was great. What a time to be alive.
Is that what the song "This Must Be Underwater Love" was about?
Possibly.
And also,
After the
Ben
rain
Elton's not
comes
very.
sun, after the sun comes rain again. After the rain comes sun, after the sun comes rain again. That's a great song. I like that. Do you think Giles de Rais would have liked Underwater Love? Who was it by?
What are we talking about, Giles de Rais, by any chance?
It was the
It
Sneaker
wasn't a big.
Pimps.
It wasn't a big hit. That was it though. The Sun and the Rain or whatever it was.
Oh
No,
yeah,
it-
it was the. It must have been. It was the sneaker, or it could have been the. No, it wouldn't have been the Cardigans.
If I type in Underwater Love, is it the Sneaker Pimps?
Underwater Love is 5 Underground, is it?
No, it's Smoke City Underwater
Smoke City.
Love. Yeah, no, because the 5 Underground is a different. That's a different song.
Oh, 5 Underground, yeah. And there's
Take
also.
me
Do
down,
you remember?
Underground.
Do you remember Lime Jelly? Weather for Ducks. All
Yeah.
the ducks are swimming in the water.
The funny thing is, my friend loves that song. Whenever he comes over and he's talking too much, I put it on and it shuts him up. And then he said to me, because we have this mutual acquaintance, he says, "Do you know one of the reasons I love this song?" And I said, "Because it's a nice song." He says, "Well, yeah, that's part of it. But the other reason is, let's not use his real name here. So he's called Alex. Let's call him Bob. So Bob Brown hates the Lemon Jelly Nice Weather for Ducks song.
Yeah.
And that's why my mate loves that song, because whenever he plays it, Bob Brown gets really fucking annoyed.
Yeah.
And he was married to
wrong with
Whitney
that song?
Houston.
It's so inoffensive. It's unreal.
Yeah, but you see, this guy that we both know, who's a mutual acquaintance, is a bit of a dickhead, and that's why he's annoyed by
is
that
the
song.
mutual acquaintance that uses cardboard boxes for ashtrays, or is that?
No. This mutual acquaintance is it's not someone I've mentioned before, but he's a dickhead and he's got a strong opinion of himself, and also he's married to or cohabits with a woman that shares the same first name that he does. Because
James
how's
Gordon.
that?
That's weird.
Yeah, how's that for arrogance?
Yeah.
And he is an arrogant prick.
A quick one. Ben Elton. I don't like Ben Elton, but he was doing a
Maggie
routine.
Thatch,
talking about-
am I right?
Yeah.
He was doing a routine about blowjobs, and he said,
Love them.
"I don't know much about sex, but what I do know is you don't blow." It's quite true, isn't it? That is quite.
I think it means below, as in below the waist.
If a woman does give you actually blow, does it blow your ball bag up?
Could do.
What were you
we'll
saying?
put that
They
out
play
to the
them like
panel.
bagpipes.
Yeah.
So,
The flute. Yeah.
does it blow your ball bag up? Does it
Exactly.
inflate your ball bag?
It should do, shouldn't it? Technically.
Oh, so what they do, like if you've got a Prince Albert piercing, right? They blow down your Jap side to fit it all up, right?
And then does it whistle?
bagpipes.
Would it whistle if you?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to say,
Yeah.
and then they can play your skin flute like the
Like
pipes.
an actual skin flute.
Yeah.
In these days of political correctness, though, it's called a chap. Sorry, now, isn't it? CHA. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
God,
what the
really?
Sunday Sport. Yeah, the Sunday Sport. There was did an article about a guy who was putting things down there, and they said,
yeah.
called
Do
it
you
a
remember the
chat-
after effects
chat.
of that lad that tried to stick a USB cable down his
Oh.
nether regions?
It's
Oh.
I. Yeah, I know.
No.
And the reason was I needed to measure my penis. And it's like, you know, we've got these things called tape measures and rulers, right?
Ah, dear. Millennial
great
tries
news.
to measure penis fail. Right, let's
Yeah.
talk some more about the star of the show.
So Gilles de Rais, who was fond of Smoke City with that underwater love
Yeah.
one-hit wonder.
No, not Smoke. Oh yeah, Smoke City. Yeah.
Smoke City. You're thinking of Six Underground
Yeah.
by the Sneaky Pimps.
Ah, Sneaker Pimps. That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
So Gilles de Rais contributed to lifting the siege of Orléans, notably taking part in the storming of Saint-Lô Bastille on the 6th of May.
Oh.
He then took part with Joan of Arc in the Loire campaign, which was in 1429, aimed at recapturing the towns occupied by English garrisons in the region. Gilles de Rais participated in the Battle of Jagueux on the 12th of June 1429 and the Battle of Patay on the 18th of June 1429. On the way to Reims, Gilles de Rais and Jean de Brosse, Marshal of Brissac, both commanded the vanguard of the French army. On the 17th of July 1429, during the coronation of the French monarch, Gilles de Rais and 3 other lords were charged with carrying the holy ampulla from the Basilica of Saint-Remy in Reims to the Metropolitan Church. On the same day, Gilles de Rais was elevated to the dignity of Marshal of France, an honour that was granted either in recognition of his military achievements or owing to the political support of the Grand Chamberlain. The two interpretations not being mutually exclusive.
Helen Chamberlain. Remember her?
I mean, what does the two interpretations not being mutually exclusive mean?
Well, you know,
I've
they're
got
not the
lost.
same.
Yeah, it's all fucking schizophrenic gobbledygook.
Yeah.
On the Monday, the 15th of August, 1429, Giles VII entrusted the wings of his army to his 2 marshals, Jean de Brissac and Gilles de Rais, when loyal and Anglo-Burgundian troops faced each other at Montpellier. On the 8th of September 1429, during the siege of Paris, Joan of Arc wanted Gilles de Rais and Raoul de Gaulecourt by her side during the assault on Port Saint-Honor. Gilles de Rais stood by Joan's side all day, along numerous men-at-arms, trying in vain to reach and cross the Parisian wall from the rear ditch. At nightfall, Joan was wounded in the leg by a
Are you
crossbow
saying
bolt.
Gilles de Rais tried to access Joan of Arc by the rear ditch?
Exactly, yeah. Well, sources on that, I don't confirm that.
Well, she wasn't going to do that, was she? She was a good. Actually, she would do it through the rear ditch because she was a good Catholic girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you see, at nightfall, Joan was wounded in the leg by a crossbow bolt.
Oh.
The siege of Paris was quickly lifted, and the coronation army withdrew to the Loire before being dismissed at Guin on the 21st of September. No, it's Guin. I misread the I.
Yeah.
One
On
at
the
the
21st
bum,
of
no
December.
harm done.
Yeah, well, except to Joan's leg.
Yeah.
The same month, Charles VII again honoured Gilles de Rais for his commendable services by confirming his title of Marshal and granting him the privilege of adding to his coat of arms a bordure bearing the fleur de lis. A royal royal favour shared only with the maid. I don't know who the maid is.
That's Joan of Arc, isn't it? She was the maid of Orleans, weren't she?
I
Wasn't
don't
she-
know.
Wasn't she a carpet muncher, though?
No.
That haircut was definitely dodgy, wasn't it? It was
He
signifying.
definitely ate under the table.
Yeah.
It was a I don't want my hair to be grabbed by soldiers in battle haircut. On an unspecified date,
What about
Yeah,
the
French-
dungarees?
yeah,
What about the dungarees, though? How do you explain
Joan
that?
of Arc is also known as the Maid of Orleans, so I'm assuming that the maid.
Oh,
would
yeah,
refer
okay.
to her, yeah.
On an unspecified date, a French military expedition led by oh fuck me, how do you pronounce that? If it's Xavier, so Xantrails,
Xantrails, yeah.
Jean Poton de Xantrails and Lahire left Beauvais
L.I.
and settled,
left Beavis.
and settled in Louviers, a town 7 leagues, which is about 28 kilometres
Under the
from
sea.
Rouen. Oh, leagues is a crap. Right, do you want to know what the length of a league is? A league is how far a man can march in a couple of hours. So if you're going uphill and vale, then it's going to be
a
a
league
shorter
is
distance.
units of length. It was common in Europe and Latin America. Due to its highly inconsistent definition, it is no longer an official unit in any nation.
Yeah, so the reason I mention like what is a league, because in Lord of the Rings, the hobbits and stuff, they're marching like various leagues there. They say, oh, they're marching less leagues, and it's like a league is like how far a man can
Well, it's
walk in
obviously
an hour.
the first appearance of what's his name? The woman with the submarine.
30,000 leagues
Jules
under the
Verne.
sea.
Yeah, 20,000 leagues under the sea. Nemo,
the reason,
Captain Nemo. Isn't it?
Yeah.
the reason a league is an inconsistent thing is like, look, if you're walking in the flat land, and it's good terrain like soil,
Wonder if a nautical
like
league.
hard
Hold
packed
on.
something.
Carry
No,
on.
Hemi, let me just explain it, and then we'll get on with this.
Yeah.
What's a nautical league, Hemi?
A league on flat land is going to be longer than a league in difficult terrain, because a man can march further on flat terrain than he can hilly terrain. That's why a league is an inconsistent term, and that's why it's far better to use the
A
mile.
nautical league is a historical length of unit used in maritime navigation, defined as exactly 3 nautical miles. This equates to 5,556
which has got nothing to do with leagues which you walk.
But it has a lot to do with 20,000 leagues under the sea.
Yeah, which so in other words, 60,000 knots.
Yeah.
So the thing is, right, it's much easier to use the Roman measurement, the mille. Now, the mille was 1,000 paces, and 1,000 paces we call a mile.
Yeah.
And that's why a kilometre is, of course I know what a kilometre is, it's French for a mile.
Yeah.
Because it's 1,000. So there we go, right. Yeah. Anyway, a Roman mile is a bit shorter than an English mile, because the Englishman's pace is longer than the Roman's pace.
Yeah.
So... there was something about that was quite logical in how they were divvied up as well. Like you could there was like 1,000 furlongs in a mile or something.
Yeah.
I forget. No, it was 125 furlongs. It's something you can divide it by 8 quite
There's an
easily.
amount of furlongs in a mile.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. Yeah, so on an unspecified day and an unspecified number of leagues, where Joan of Arc was being held prisoner since the 23rd of December 1430 after a capture at the siege of Compiègne. Medievalist Oliver Boozy states that...
I think all the medievalists that have contributed to this were a bit boozy, don't you?
Yeah, but Oliver Boozy says, important figures took part in the Levers expedition or made an appearance in the town, like the Bastard of Orleans and Gideret, whose presence is attested on 26 December. The Bastard of Orleans is somebody else.
That's Count Dunois, known as the Bastard of Orleans, or simply Jean de Dunois.
Yeah.
Or like Harry the Bastard.
Harry the Bastard. Have we got a video?
These troop movements were interpreted by some historians as an attempt to free Joan of Arc, but this hypothesis is not proven. Besides, no such delivery attempt appears to have actually taken place. So it might have been to free Joan of Arc, it might not have been. Who fucking knows, basically.
Who is Harry the Bastard? Is he a gangster? No, he just works down Dixon's. Do you remember that from the young ones?
We got a video.
Yeah, we got a video.
Crop rotation in the 13th century was
I fucking love crop rotation.
Improved after John.
John.
The young ones. Hobbit's not too happy.
Hobbit is too young for the young ones, isn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't get the young ones because he's too young.
Much prefer Bottom.
It's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Bottom is better. Now, Civil War.
But what about that time? What about that time Vivian hits Rick between the legs with a cricket bat, and he goes, "Aha! Missed both my legs."
Every week. What about Filthy Rich and Crack Cat Flap?
That was boring.
That was terrible.
Really
I've watched it once, and I've no desire to revisit.
Once is about all the time.
Ian, do you remember that really weird sitcom where short people were ghettoised? And it had a Mike from the Young Ones in it. Did you ever watch that sitcom?
It doesn't really ring a bell.
It was really odd, and I did watch it because it had Mike from the Young Ones on, and I was young, and I was like, "Oh, it's a dude from the Young Ones. It's going to be good." But I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Mike was not. He was not part of the comic strip, was he? That actor, they brought that. I think it was supposed to be played by Peter Richardson originally.
Yeah.
Someone from the comic strip, but then, whatever reason, he got replaced by Mike, who was just more of a serious actor. But then he played, Dave Hedgehog in Bottom, and he came back, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was Spudgun and Dave Hedgehog, and he was in.
Why
Bottom.
is he called Spudgun?
That's just his name, isn't it? Spudgun. It's a funny name, Anyway. Going back to this French bloke, is it? Hobbit?
I really like the bit where Eddie Hitler chops off Richie's finger and then staples it back together after it pisses blood everywhere for 5 seconds.
That's not as funny when Viv lost his head.
I mean, that was pretty funny, but...
You took your time, you bastard.
I really like the time where Eddie decides to help Richie with grooming, and he's going to pluck some of his nose hairs out, so he sticks pliers up his nose, and he's bashing his head about.
I think, though, in this, what we're forgetting is Mr. Jolly lives next door, which I think probably is it not the best?
That was the comic strips presents, yeah. It was
probably. And it was also Mayle and Edmondson's finest hour, I think, as well. Peter Cook was thrown in for good luck.
No, I always thought it was Five Go Mad in Dorset was the comic.
Yeah, but there was more of a cast when you had Jennifer Saunders.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the problem about Five Go Mad in Dorset is unfortunately you had the other 3 bringing down Rick and
exactly,
Eddie.
Vicar of Diddley was in it.
Yeah.
So
it's just
wanted to see Edmondson
it's
and Mayle.
It's not as fun. It's just...
Yeah.
When you had Rick and Adrian
it was
together,
it was quite funny when you found out what was wrong with Uncle Quentin.
But yeah, good stuff.
Oh God, we are going into part 3 of this, aren't we? We haven't even got into murdering fucking kids yet, have we?
Well, so there's civil wars between. So let's give the audience a preview of what's to come. There's civil wars between Le Tremont and Richmond's allies. Yeah. There's lifting of the siege of Lagny, reduction of military commitments, and after that you've got squandering of heritage and criminal life and occult involvement. This section needs expansion. You can help by adding missing information.
How about adding missing information from the fucking first half instead?
Well, how about if I look in the French one, and dilapidation to patrimony.
I'm starting to get Joseph Paxton vibes from this guy.
Yeah.
Crime.
Do you want to do this episode the week after next? Because I'm off next week, so we can do ghosts or something like that, and then you can continue with this the week after.
Yes.
More involved.
Part 3 of Gilles de Rais will continue in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's 8:34. We can go for a bit longer.
Yeah, Brawley Rectory or something like that next week, is it?
Well, the thing is, like, if I look at, I think I'll do a bit about the French bit on this because that's probably the way to corroborate, right? But the crimes, right? They say in this bit, it doesn't say this section needs expanding. It doesn't even mention about occult things. It sort of talks about. The coup at Saint Etienne de la Mermotte. So basically,
the bit that we came for that is not in here.
Oh, well, here we go. Like it's inex ecclesiastique séculaire. So that means inquiries ecclesiastic and secular. Oh, well, that's not about occult stuff. So what's this occult involvement about? You know what? Maybe I will take this bit about his crimes that's in the French one. I'll machine translate it.
Yeah.
I'll compare it to the source material, and if there's anything which sticks out as obviously wrong, I'll edit it myself, and then I'll just read the French stuff for that because.
Do you want me to find Gilles de Rais crimes?
Yeah, but the thing is, this French bit is far more detailed, and it doesn't keep saying, "But we don't know," "But this," "But that." Mind you, I'm only skim reading it, so it might say all that bollocks.
And you knew fuck all about the Cortina.
To be fair, we should have just done the Britannica. We could have done it a lot quicker.
Yeah. Life is too short, you've got to remember that. Let's have a look. I'm sure
this might be quite interesting. So, spoilers. Under threat of torture, Rais confessed to the charges and described ritualistically torturing dozens of children kidnapped by his servants over a period lasting nearly a decade. He was sentenced to death by simultaneous burning and hanging. That reminds me of the old third-party fire and theft joke who'd nick a burning car. Why'd you burn him and hang him? What if he burns through the rope before he gets burnt too much? I don't think they thought this
Just
one
to
out,
make
did
sure.
they?
Or maybe they put him they hung him and put over a fire pit so he could roast alive. I don't know.
Parents around Nantes commemorated the anniversary of Rais' execution by whipping their children. What?
Children around Nantes.
Nantes.
Nance.
Yeah, Nantes. Nantes.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Okay. The practice is believed to have survived for more than a century after his death. So it looks like he was did up like a kipper.
Yeah.
So Rais wasn't arrested until September 1440 when he kidnapped a priest after a dispute that was unrelated to the murders. He then tried concurrently in ecclesiastical and civil court for a range of offences, including heresy, sodomy, and the murder of more than 100 children.
Yes.
So it seems like he could have been did up like a kipper.
Stitched up like a kipper.
Yeah.
The Cortina thing I was thinking of was a quote by Alexis Sale about Jean-Paul Sartre, actually. Jean-Paul Sartre, 18 round our way. Do you know why? Because he knows fuck all about the Cortina.
The best.
I got my French people mixed up.
The best Jean-Paul Sartre was Red Dwarf when they said Jean-Paul Sartre said hell is eternity spent with your friends, and then is it Lister says, well, all of his friends are French.
Have you seen Jean-Paul Sartre? I think he was the grandfather of King Cobra JFS.
He is an odd-looking fella. We've spoken about his eyes, but his eyes have had a proper row, haven't they?
Was he married to that bird that kept noncing all the kids? You know the one I'm on about?
We did speak that. We did. Why did we speak about Jean-Paul Sartre?
Lee Maxwell.
Yeah, because he was married to this bint who kept abusing children.
Yeah, should we just talk about French nonsense? So we're just going to talk about that from now on.
Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah. Was Jean-Paul Sartre a Frenchman, or was he a fellow Frenchman?
Simone de Beauvoir, is that you talking about?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, she's a fucking wrong un.
Yeah.
What about the women in LOLO?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh, Renee. Apart from the midget one, I didn't really fancy the midget one.
Who was the midget in LOLO? I don't remember.
There was the really short, weird-looking one, weren't there?
Who's that?
Hold on.
Look, you're gonna have to give me a link because I don't know who you're talking about. I like the one with the big tits.
It was a sitcom in the 80s.
That SS bird was pretty fit, weren't she?
I like the one with the big tits, and she wanted to have sex with Honey, but then his wife came in all the time. It's like, Honey, when are we going to have sex? And it's like, oh, as soon as my bitch wife
was her name Mimi or something? Do you remember that one?
I don't know. Show me a photograph.
The thing is, the actor of Renee was he was enters a full Bob Note, wasn't he? It would have been no use to him. Didn't he had a pole through his head in a storm or something?
It was the Storms, weren't it?
Yeah, I remember his name. But yeah, he was batted for the other side, so
Jojo Gizmo on the YouTube says, and by the way, you should join us on Rumble. Why was the Escort and Fiesta named after cheap porn mags?
Yeah.
Indeed.
And the short-lived Vauxhall Razzle. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The Vauxhall Razzle.
The Ford Big Jugs Monthly.
There was actually wasn't one of the mini like one of the posher minis was called the Mayfair, weren't it? The Mini Mayfair.
I was just thinking,
there was another one.
The Hobbit in general. That's her now.
So you got Fiesta, Escort, Mayfair.
Well, I don't want to see her now when she's all wrinkled tits. That's disgusting.
How about this then?
But you'd have the Peugeot Bizarre.
I suppose what men like are cars and hot totty, isn't it?
There you go. That was her back in the day. Well, she looks like a midget. I don't know if she is a midget, but she looks like a midget.
Oh, what, the one with blonde curly hair?
Yeah.
She wasn't a midget.
She did look like one, though. She may
there was one that was
midget.
in Howard's Way as well, wasn't there? There was another one in there, and that she was... there was another one that was quite nice, a younger one, and she turned up in Howard's Way.
How about that one then? I bet.
Oh, she's hot. Who's that? That's
her again, the midget.
Is it?
Yeah.
She must have had some surgery then. Sue Hodge.
Mm.
Who was that one that she went on to EastEnders afterwards? Pauline Fowler, and she was in Are You Being Served or Open All Hours or something. I think that was the one.
Yeah, and she was in Carry On at Your Convenience as well.
That Michelle was hot though. Which one was hotter? Michelle from The Resistance? No, it's the one who was the waitress.
Michelle Fowler. She was horrible, wasn't she?
From Hello Hello. Vicky.
Oh right.
Vicky.
Oh, Vicky Michelle. Yeah, she was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after all that, Gonch, they're all dead now, including Gonch. Gonch is no longer with us.
Are you sure
fuck Gonch. All my homies hate Gonch.
Yeah.
Hobbit was a big fan of Gonch, weren't you, Hobbit? There you go.
All my homies hate Gonch.
Is that here now?
There's something that looks slightly wrong, but you wouldn't, would you?
Not these days, no, but the one above I would.
Yeah.
Did you know there's no Google Street View in Pakistan?
Is that so you can't do the rubbish game?
Oh, I'm looking at Afghanistan. There's India. No, there's no Google Street View in Pakistan. You can't see Pakistan. Oh no.
I think I told you this last time. Actually, quick one. My mate went to university, and I said to him, if he started, he goes, "How's university?" He goes, "Oh yeah, it's good here." And you never guess what? Gonch is here. The actor that played Gonch was at his university.
Was he getting up to shenanigans? Was he? Like
selling? He set up a toast bar in the student union.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how people say third world shithole?
Yeah.
I'm looking at some photography of Pakistan right now, and it's like I can see why it would have the title "Third World Shithole." Oh, look,
Vicky Michelle recently. You still would.
Is that a pile of dung? I found a pile of dung on the street.
No, that's Vicky Michelle, and I actually find her quite attractive. Hobbit. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
You know, Giles once saw a pile of dung on the street, but that was normal back then.
Because you could put a bag over her head, couldn't you?
Well, they had horses and cows like pulling carts then, so it was quite normal to see.
So are we actually done with Giles the Ray? Because it doesn't really go anywhere, does it?
I thought it was going to be a part 3 in 2 weeks' time because next week Ian's on.
We're gonna have to do some more research on it then, because Wikipedia's fucking let us down, isn't it?
That'll give you a week, and then what should we do next week? Ghosts or something? Is it?
Didn't I give you a subject a while ago? That'd be good.
Oh, I can't remember. Well, try and let me know.
You could do one of your Rolf. You could do a Rolf Harris episode if you
want.
Rolf,
yeah, that'd be good. Rolf Harris. Have we not done Rolf Harris yet?
No, we haven't done Rolf Harris.
I know we've done Jimmy Savile because you didn't invite me, and I'm quite an authority on it, and I included.
I thought you did it. I thought you did.
No, I wasn't on that night. You did it behind my back.
We did a slide one.
I said to you before.
There's plenty of meat on the bone for Jimmy Savile. It's not like Jimmy Savile's like a really small subject, is it?
And he fucked kids. End of story. So
I got a phone number for a car retailer in Pakistan. Shall we give him a ring?
Yeah.
Let's see.
The thing is, Hemi, what's the issue with Twitter these days? You blocked or something from using Yellowface or something like that because I can't get through.
No, I'm
still on Twitter.
I have real trouble with DMs. So you better
DMs don't work
on
Twitter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I open DMs up and it takes like fucking 30 seconds or something to open it. It's just awful, or a minute or something.
Wait 30 seconds then. Go do it, yeah. So. Well, all right then. Well, yeah. Let me know.
Look, Hemi's got this
Yeah,
thing
Rob
called time
Harris.
preference, and it's very high these days.
Does that mean I like stuff quickly or slowly?
If you've got high time preference, it means you ain't got time to wait 30 seconds for it to load.
I ain't got time to wait for no 30 seconds.
Ain't nobody got time for that, Ian.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't
All
nobody.
right, Rolf Harris next week, is it? Yeah, Rolf Harris.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you like a brand new Honda motorbike?
Can you talk about Jake the Peg? Because I like Jake.
Of course, I do the whole lot. Jake the Peg,
with
wobble
an
board.
extra leg. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo.
Oh, can we sing Tie Me Kangaroo Down, Sport? Tie Me Kangaroo Down.
Also, people have been accessing his house lately as well. There is some videos online. It's actually not far. I don't think it's not far from where I live.
Tie Me Kangaroo Down, Sport.
Tie
Me Kangaroo Down.
Do
Tie
you
Me
remember he did that
Kangaroo
cartoon about that
Down,
little girl
Sport.
called Dot? Was he touching her up and all? Was he?
Tie Me Kangaroo Down.
I tell you what he did do though was a video for children about, adults being over friendly and watching out for.
Yeah.
Watch out for this if an adult is touching you there.
There's that. He did the swimming one as well, didn't he? Do you remember he did the swimming?
Yeah, it's like he's with kids. He's going, oh well, sometimes you're with an adult and you feel comfortable, and other times you don't feel so comfortable. They're the times you want to talk about, and well, we'll get to it next week, but yeah, it's fucking.
Are we ready to solve the difference of why did the theropod dinosaurs like T-Rex have such tiny arms?
Oh, is it because they were dissing Insane Clown Posse?
Asian women online now, big boobies.
But do you want a larger penis?
Right in the middle of that stuff.
Now, when they're saying Asian women, are they talking about Desi, Pu and Lu Asians, or are they talking about?
Are you sure they're women though?
Ching Chong Chinky Asians.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed.
That's not the only big thing.
I think that's racist. I think you're supposed to call them gooks.
Or zipper heads.
Yeah, or nippons. Yeah.
They like to be called
Mr. Ploppy Plops.
That's a funny name. I like that one.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to be called up one day on your live stream, on your one of your Doom streams. You said from now on, I want to be called Mr. Ploppy Plops.
Oh, that's when I was playing Unreal Tournament. Yes, it's funny because you see when I kill somebody and it's like you got killed by Mr. Ploppers. Because before then it was Ploppy Plops.
And also that's in Blackadder, isn't it? Mr. Plop.
Every time I hear Ploppy Plops, I can't keep a straight face.
So, do you want to learn all about T-Rex arms and why they're so small?
Why do they dribble all the fucking time? Why can't they just keep it in?
The size of the tyrant lizard arms has long puzzled scientists. And you know what scientists are like? They love solving a mystery. What?
Was it a volcano full of thalidomide?
So the Tyrannosaurus Rex was an undeniably ferocious and highly effective. Why are you fucking fluffing him? It's dead. It don't need fluffing, does it? The phenomenon isn't restricted to just one species either. Yeah, I know, because we've seen the other species on Richie, haven't we? I bet.
Yes.
Though a new study headed up by researchers from University College London and Cambridge University have identified what is thought to be the key reason for this. Not what is the key reason, what's thought to be.
Although sources don't confirm this.
Source, we made it up. Researchers found that the development of smaller arms seems to be directly related to the development of larger heads and more powerful jaws. In other words, as their jaws became larger, their arms became smaller.
Why do women have the same length arms then?
Trust you to think of that.
Did you know they've created? Did you know they've created? This Ann Summers toy looks sweet, but it knows exactly what it's doing. Okay. The adverts on here are very, very dirty.
What is that then? A double-ended dildo?
Dirty boy. Scientists now believe that this may have been a result of plantains in dinosaurs, main food source of large carnivores. Thank you for that. Becoming larger, making large jaws as opposed to claws, the more effective way to take down prey. The head took over from the arms as a method of attack, said lead author Charlie Roger Shearer. So, find his ex and tell him what a great scientist you think he is.
Yeah.
These adaptations often occurred in areas with gigantic prey. Like, having a gigantic prey, having arms is stupid. Trying to pull and grab at a 100-foot-long sauropod with your claws is not ideal. Attacking and holding on with the jaws might have been more effective. So did they try this out? They did a load of apple bobbing to see if their arms got shorter then, did they? So are you glad that mystery's been cleared up?
Oh boy, am I glad. I mean, next we can get him to crack the case of Giles de Rais.
Yeah. Did he actually do any crimes or not? I'll put the link in. Does anyone else want to do any stories? I can't cope with this amount of science. It's just
there's been a Loch Ness sighting if you're interested.
What we got then, Ian? Go for it.
Hang a banger, wait there 1 second. I did put this to one side for this occasion. Let's see what we got. Right, here we go. This is on Coast to Coast.
Oh.
Loch Ness monster spotted by American tourist? ?
Why is it always Yanks? Is it me or is it always Yanks?
An American vacationing at Loch Ness spotted an unusual anomaly that may have been the site's resident monster. Possible Nessie sighting, which came to light over the weekend, reportedly occurred on the morning of April the 21st as Sarah Gabiska and her husband were visiting the iconic Scottish tourist destination from their home in the United States. Their trip took a wondrous turn when, riding a bus along the shore of Loch Ness, she gazed out the window and noticed what appeared to be a sizable fin sticking out of the water.
Well, that's not the Loch Ness monster then, is it?
It seemed to be right in the middle of the loch, she recalled. It wasn't close to any shoreline. Unable to estimate how fast the fin must have been moving because of her perspective from the bus. That's fucking useless, isn't it? Which was travelling in the opposite direction. Biska described the anomaly as being approximately 18 inches, an 18-inch triangle that was whitish grey. And
that's a big old patch of fuzz, isn't it?
Yeah, I prefer the hairy triangle.
Yeah.
While the oddity she observed emerging
is that in the Bermuda Triangle, Ian?
The hairy triangle, which does not resemble the classic description of the legendary cryptid. Exactly, it was a fin, not a hump or neck or shit like that. Her account was compelling enough that the official Loch Ness monster sighting register added her to the 2026 tally, which is now at 4 on-site reports for the year. So Nessie is still around. Yeah, interesting.
So you remember the Mary Celeste, the ship that was found floating with nothing
out
of place, nothing out of place, nothing, like everything was normal, yeah?
Well, it wasn't, was it?
So do you want to know what happened? So this prompted the theory that the barrels had leaked. So they had 1,700 barrels of pure alcohol. So this has prompted the theory that the barrels had leaked, filling the hole with flammable vapours that eventually ignited and caused a violent explosion on the ship where nothing was out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do this one night, don't we? Because it's a classic case.
Yeah.
And
upon witnessing this, the crew most likely abandoned ship. We could do this next week if you want.
We could do, yeah, but obviously we need to make sure we got a good source. I think, well, we could do Harris. I'm surprised we haven't done the Harris, though. I think Harris will be a good one to do next week, and then then the Mary Celeste.
We'll handle it with our usual tact and sensitivity.
But we'll do Harris next week, and then what we'll do is, I'll tell you what, I'll work on something for Celeste, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, a lot of angles to come from with Harris.
There's quite a lot as well in there afterwards. Didn't they find the captain afterwards or something?
No, they all disappeared, and basically what the general latest theory is, they had the alcohol that exploded, causing the crew to shit themselves. They went into a into the lifeboat, which was attached.
Yeah, but
to
isn't
the
the whole thing about it that nothing's disturbed and they couldn't find any reason whatsoever that
bullshit?
people
Though
would
that
have
was
abandoned the ship?
Arthur
And then
Conan
dishes.
Doyle. No, Conan Doyle wrote a book about it and made up a load of stuff. Like the lifeboat was missing, so obviously the crew had abandoned ship on the lifeboat and basically got lost at sea and died. That's what happened. But we can cover these things. It's quite a big topic, so I think we can plan ahead on that one, isn't it?
Or another one you could do, Ian. You could do the those 3 guys that escaped Alcatraz.
Oh yeah, Clint Eastwood was one of them, wasn't he?
Yeah, Clint
so we
Eastwood,
could do that. Yeah, we could do that. And also, what we have to do is weird sports.
Weird welly wangling. Oh yeah, we never did our welly wangling episode, did we?
Welly wangling.
You know something which we
Hobbit.
Well, I was just about to say, there's a weird sport that both we do and the French do. Now, we call it Aunt Sally, but the French, they called it the game of massacre. And I like how, do you fancy a game of Aunt Sally? No. What about a game of massacre? Oh, yeah, let's go have a go at a game of massacre then.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, and there's that weird sport the Yanks do. They play rounders, don't they?
Oh, yeah, but they called it baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like cheese rolling.
Yeah.
Chin kicking, that thing, other stuff, plus also something quite relevant.
It just amazed me how the Yanks made a whole league out of a DOS sport. Like Rounders was always the DOS game, weren't it? It was always the end of term game, weren't it?
Rounders is when the PE teacher's got hangover and he's just like, right, get the Rounders kit out. I'm just going to stand here for the next hour.
But then, in the Asian countries, it's also baseball has taken off quite. That is like a big sport, isn't it?
Oh, Hobbit, I've got some good news for you. Did you know TK Randall's got a book out?
Oh, good. Ian, I just wanted to... No, hang on. Shin kicking, it's not a sport, Ian. That's just, something which the kids were being cruel to you at school. No, let's kick you in the shins, Ian.
No, I think you're talking about your own experience there, Hobbit. It is actually a sport, and if you look into it, it is an annual...
In my school, we played the game of dead legs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or cranes, which is basically that's where you hit someone in the spine really hard.
I can't be bothered to read this one.
Yeah.
I can't bother to read this one, but it does sound good. Radio show accidentally invites urologist to speak instead of ufologist.
Good.
What was that thing the BBC did? Do you remember the BBC put on somebody's taxi driver, didn't they?
They asked this guy to questions about Nairobi Airport, and he was a taxi driver. He was like, well, it is interesting. Hang on, shall I get the clip?
I will show you.
In the meantime, look in general, right? There's an interesting millstone in Chengdu in China. Yeah. It's giant. You should have a look at that. You see it in general?
Yeah.
That giant millstone?
Are we saying that was what we should have put round Jimmy Savile's neck?
I was saying that millstone is something that the audience might be interested in. Yeah. What's that taxi driver who ended up on the BBC? I thought it was
something more interesting, like international terrorism or something.
They asked him a question and he was flabbergasted, as it was a case of mistaken identity. This is like Ask Jeeves.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
What happened to Ask Jeeves? Oh, that's it. They
Ask
changed
Jeeves,
the name of it so you wouldn't fucking use it ever again.
And then when they saw AI,
and then they go,
were
look, no one's using it. Yeah, that's because you changed the fucking name of it.
Yeah, but also then when AA came up, it's like, Ask Jeeves, the whole thing about being a personal butler to find things on the internet and people could type tailored questions. Yeah, let's never use that application to rebrand as an AI search engine.
Yeah.
All right, so the guy we're looking for is called Guy Gomer, often remembers the BBC taxi driver mix-up. In May 2006, Congolese man Guy Gomer, who's from the Congo, and he's Congolese. My mate Guy Gomer
Does he
from
drink
the Congo.
Congo? Does he drink it in the Congo?
I believe he did when he was in the Congo. Now, he went to BBC Television Centre in London for a job interview for an IT support role because, in the Congo, they all know about computers.
Yeah.
Due to a classic production mix-up, staff mistook him for Guy Queenie, a technology journalist expert who was there to comment live on the court case about Apple and iTunes.
Hold on a minute. This dude's supposed to be IT, and they asked him an IT question. He was hardly out of his fucking depth, was he?
I tell you what, that's an interesting job interview question. So, can you tell us more about the upcoming Apple iTunes investigation?
Yeah.
Well, you see, if you look at my CV,
I will show you the way.
But there's Guy Gomer's greatest case of mistaken identity link. But I'm saying that the chat would be more interested about this giant millstone in China. You know, Ching Chong China Land with the Ching Chong Chinamen?
Yeah.
Hobbit, I know of it, but I can't remember what the people of China sound like. Could you remind me?
They say Ching Chong Bing Bong Ling Long Ding Dong.
Ah, right, okay.
Yes.
I gotcha.
When you go to your Chinky next time, say to them Ching Chong Bing Bong Ding Dong Ling Long, and they'll serve you.
Is that the secret fate? Is that how you get the secret menu at your local Chinese?
Yep, that's how you can get a Chinese food hack.
Yeah.
That's how you get the cream of some young guy.
Well, I was thinking that
Oolong Dung's greatest recipe.
I thought that's how you get pork foo young, but you know.
That's how you get hung low.
Yeah.
That's how you get a big.
No,
dick.
you said I asked James, and what came back to me was Netscape Navigator. I think.
They changed the name of. What did they change? We did it last week. Jeeves, what they did was they changed the name of it ages ago. Didn't tell anyone they were doing a name change, and then they go, "Oh look, no one uses this. Let's shut it down." And then it got shut down this year.
When you would use Netscape Navigator and put whatever you wanted to or search in it, it used to start humming, didn't it? The computer would make a humming noise.
Yeah, sure.
Great days, eh? The younger generation would never understand these things.
Except the thing is, the younger generation, they're welcome to try this thing called emulation out, where if you get a program called x86 box, you can recreate a computer up to the Pentium.
Jojo Gizmo, like the Resistance girl who said, "I shall say this only once." That was Michelle. Was that Michelle of the Resistance?
Michelle from EastEnders.
No, Michelle.
Who was that?
Michelle of the
Who was
Resistance.
that?
Dirty Dan got her pregnant, but surely, how did he do that? She was a moose.
Who was?
And she had really bad acne.
Yeah.
Who was the French bird that sung the song Voyage, Voyage?
All I know,
Vanessa
the only
Paradis.
French song I know is "Je le taxi, c'est sa vie." I remember that one.
Yeah, that was Vanessa Paradis, which Johnny Depp was going out with her. But when she got to into her late 30s, she started to lose her looks. So he dumped her and went
for that mental bitch instead.
Went for something else, didn't he? The one that shit in her bed.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find parts of India without any rubbish in them. I've been looking in sort of like rural places. I've looked at Delhi International Airport. I've gone to ports. I cannot find a single road without some rubbish on it.
I know what. Have you tried the local landfill? That's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, it must be because there's fuck all rubbish elsewhere.
You check the litter bins of it. Check a litter bin inside a litter bin.
A litter bin?
Yeah.
A litter bin in India? You must be having a laugh. Have you got some of that cholera?
Are you on an E?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? Did you consume a marijuana, Hemi?
Yeah.
It's called a marijuana. That's what the kids call it.
I'm looking at the town centre of.
Jungle.
I'm looking at.
Bungo.
You see, the thing about that, Fraser, is the Google Street View doesn't go into the middle of the jungle. I'm looking at.
I like it when the local wildlife attacks the Indians. That's quite funny. Do you remember that time they got absolutely mugged by monkeys?
Yes, I do actually. I'm looking at this now. This looks like a pretty nice town by Indian standards. It's called Gondal in Gujarat, and I'm in the town centre. And if I look in the town centre, well, we've got a lamppost right in the middle of the street because that's a good place to place a lamppost right in the middle of the street. And it's got curbs all around it because it must be used to letting people like crash into it. We got a cow pat in the middle of the road, and what do I see in the middle of the town centre? A herd of cows on some rubble. That's nice.
Nice.
Just a herd of fucking cows.
Yeah, but that's not litter, is it?
And they're
Yeah,
all
but it's,
emaciated. Oh no, don't worry, Fraser. There's plenty
but
of like plastic
Bobby,
bottles.
Bobby,
and-
you don't have
Alright,
to look at
okay.
pictures. You don't have to look at pictures of Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
God, can you imagine the span in Birmingham when it gets over
Dudley.
30
You
degrees?
got Dudley. You're looking at
I,
Dudley.
I love Dudley.
Dudley.
It's the nicest place
Hang on a
in
minute.
England. A load of people say, "Oh, Blum's not very friendly." Well, they haven't been to Dudley yet.
They all
Oh.
joined the Green Party, but when that blonde woman and the leader were dancing at Pride, the Muslim people were nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Ah, this is nice. What would you expect to see on Station Road Northern? Well,
Oh, are
in
you
this
pleased
one,
that Andy Burnham's talking about Brexit again, Ian? I know you're a big fan of the Brexit, aren't you?
who's
Well,
Andy Burnham?
I'm sure.
Andy
I don't
Burnham's
know. I don't know,
the
but
saviour of
I'm sure
Labour. He's going to
if
save
he is,
Labour.
then I'm sure James O'Brien would be very pleased.
Yeah, because he likes talking about it.
Because, well, and also he doesn't like. I'll just clear this up for everyone. James O'Brien doesn't like Brexit.
Oh, I was always wondering. He kept it very, very.
You know, he
quiet on the
doesn't.
down low, didn't he?
I know it's a bit vague, isn't it? That he make on that fact that he doesn't make it clear whether he likes Brexit or not. I'll just clear that up for everyone. James O'Brien doesn't like Brexit. Okay, then carry on, Hobbit. I just wanted to.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this major thoroughfare in
Mhm.
near the town centre of Gondal, leading towards the train station. And of course, one thing you should have in the middle of the fucking street is someone's tarpaulin up, and it looks like what they're having in there. Oh, it's just a bunch of old blokes sitting around on plastic chairs doing fuck all. And it's not even a cafe or anything. It's just like, yeah, we just sat here and there's some bloke with an orange fucking beard.
I've got some important political news. Imagine waking up on a Friday morning to find that Labour has won by a narrow margin. A margin less than the vote secured by Restore. Burnham would become PM and the country would be plunged leftwards by a government made possible only by a few people choosing to vote for a party that is, in the wider scheme of things, little more than a vanity project for Rupert Lowe, who thinks reform is not right.
Don't split the vote.
Is that what any potential Restore voters actually? Is that what you want? Because that's what'll happen. Harry Enfield needs to come out of retirement to go. Is that what you want? That's what'll happen.
The thing is, though we're not a political show, but we'll have a little bit. I think I would like to see Angela Rayner as Prime Minister. She smoked a vape. She smoked a vape on a canoe, isn't it? And so anyone who has a photo of it.
Well, can I just say here at Fortean Words, we're not a political broadcast, but we would
not.
like to see Angela Rayner get her tits out for the lads.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll stimulate the local economy.
To be fair, Angela Rayner would stimulate the local constituency.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stimulates my constituency.
Come on, Angela Rayner. It's for the good of it's for the national interest if you get your tits out for the lads.
She'd get my vote. She'd get my vote through her back door.
And by vote, I mean I'll say for, as I, put my hand on my other arm and stick my arm up.
I'd stick one in her ballot box.
Yeah. Can we get royal assent on that? Can we get the king to vouchsafe this?
I'd have sex with her.
I'd show her my hung parliament.
Can we get King Charles III, not to be confused with King Charles VII, saying that it behooves us as a nation to have Angela Rayner get her tits out
You mean
for
King
the
Charles
lads.
III, sometimes called King Charles the Third?
King Charles Sausage Fingers.
Yeah.
I'd enter her House of Commons.
Can we call him the most excellent suzerain of Pakistan? Most beloved by Mohammed.
It's that time again. The buses the pictures of the buses are back out.
Oh, I was going to say, because I haven't mentioned my favourite word in this episode.
Yeah.
We managed to get away with it this time.
Yeah.
It's amazing how often when we do a Fortean investigation that a struggle with a snuggle happens. I mean, well, then again, it depends on who we're talking about, because some of them are some of these people, they're a bit what's the word I'm looking for? They're unsavoury individuals that end up on Fortean Words Investigates.
What the fuck?
I tell you what, I'd do Ash Sarkar, wouldn't you? Would you give her one?
No, I wouldn't give her
No.
one with
No,
yours,
you
mate.
would, though, wouldn't you?
What is wrong with people in AI?
Yeah, but
it's got
You would, though,
it's
wouldn't
got it's got Donald Trump playing with the man's outie belly button. What the fuck is going on?
Disgusting. Just to address Ian's point, like if I did, my willy would smell like kebab for the next week.
you? But it's be
I just
worth it,
don't-
though, wouldn't it? You'd do it, though, wouldn't you?
No, it's just not worth
Behind.
it.
What about
No, just from
Narinder
behind, though,
Core?
wouldn't you?
Narinder Core, you would, wouldn't you, Ian?
Yeah. I'd have to get on that.
Who's that hypothetical Liam Tussers talk about? Charlize Theron. Would you do
it was,
her?
Oh,
Halle
she's
Berry.
hot, she is.
Halle Berry.
Halle
Did you have
Berry,
sex with
yeah.
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry. Is that one of the Haribo flavours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halle
She
Berry
must be-
flavour.
No, she in her day, but she must be about 70 now, innit? She must be.
What's your favourite
She's-
Haribos? What's the one which has got the bit of foam and is it Tangfastics I'm thinking of? No.
That's
If
the
you
one you
put,
drop
put
on the
some weight
floor.
on, would the newspapers call her Halle Belly?
Oh, I know what my favourite Haribo is. I brought some from my sister because I said, is there anything you want from the shops in France? And she says, yeah, Haribo Drag-Eye Bus. So I look for Drag-Eye Bus, and they're brilliant. They got these blue sweets, and they taste like raspberry because for some reason, confectionery manufacturers say, oh, it's blue, therefore it's raspberry.
Drag-Eye Bus, that sounds like a band featuring Will.i.am
Black Eyed Peas,
and
yeah.
Fergie. Well,
The Black Eyed Peas. I was going to say that when they're on tour, they always make sure they got some Haribo Drag-Eye Bus in the green room.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like to go to Dwarkesh Hotel? Apparently, it's family friendly.
Yeah.
Dawar Kaddish Hotel. It's got 5-star
Oh my God.
reviews.
What have the Israelis been doing to the people off the Freedom Flotilla? Looks like they've been firing paintballs at them naked. It reminds me of fucking.
No, they've been. Hasn't there been sexual assault going on the Freedom Flotilla? Is that right?
Yeah, I think they were sexually assaulting each other, and now I think
So,
the
yeah, there
Israelis
was
are
some
having a
guy-
go
there was
as
some-
well.
There was a guy sexually assaulting on the Freedom Flotilla.
Fucking hell!
A guy
someone's
with
put
a
water
nose
slide in their
ring
back
and orange
garden.
hair. Got on the Freedom Flotilla and thought, oh, this is all right. I'll do some sexual assault on here. And now it's all
Oh,
all sexual assaulty on the.
there's some very interesting photographs of the Dwar Kaddish Hotel. Oh, there's a video of some cows. Cows pulling a cart.
Makes sense.
Oh, and it's got that music they play in the curry house to make you hungry.
Oh yeah, I used to love that music.
I quite like it. I think it's all right.
It had its time and its place, doesn't it?
You
It's
know
got a
when they
good
got
beat.
like some Indian bint and they put all the reverb behind what she's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
That always
anyway, are we
puts me in the
done?
mood
We've
for
done it. It's 9:15. They've had
Oh.
near enough a bonus episode.
Let's
Ian,
go
Lucky
home.
lot, the lucky sods.
Ian, can I have a Pashwari naan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like one of those.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
for it.
nice.
Yeah.
And I will
Okay.
say this only once: stay spooky.
Do you want a cobra
Bye-bye.
with that?
Good
You want
night,
a cobra
everyone.
with that?
These two are just going to talk. They're not even going to say goodbye to you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, no, give us a cobra and a
I thought
butter
you'd say give us a
chicken. Good
cuddle.
night.
I thought
Good-
you'd
good
say
night,
give us a
every-
cuddle.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Go away. Go away.
Yeah.
Get lost. Give you like and subscribe, etc.